Pretending we're in love, but it's never enough. Not as the sirens fill the lonely air. Oh, how did we get here now, babe? We see a storm is closing in. Pretending we scared. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We're running all the red lights down. No way that we can stop, nah, nah. A quarter tank and almost gone. Pretending we're in love, but it's never enough. Nah, I wish we could take it back in time. Before we cross the line, now, babe. We see a storm is closing in. I reach out for your hand. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't say a word while we dance with the devil. You brought a fire to a world so cold. We're out of time on a highway to never. Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's not good enough for me since I've been with you. It's not gonna work for you. Nobody can equal me. No. I'm gonna sip on the drink and I'm fucked up. I shouldn't know how to take it. I'm gonna catch the rhythm while she push up against me. Ooh, is she tipsy? I had enough combo for 24. I picked you from across the room. Pretty little body dancing like go-go, hey. And you are unforgettable. I need to get you alone. Why not? It's fucking good time, never hurt nobody. I got a little drink, but it's not my body. If you love the girl, then I'm so, so sorry. I gotta give it to you like we ain't no marriage. Oh, like we ain't no marriage. Now I'm all tell nobody. You're on your level too. Tryna do what love wanna do.
Feeling like I'm fresh out loose. If they want the drama, got the ooze. Ship the whole crew to the cruise. Doing shit you don't even see him move. Ride with me, boss. I got a hard head, but her ass off. She want the last name with the ring on it. Cause I pulled out $1 million cash, told her plank on it.
And you are unforgettable. I need to get you alone.
Now you want chills, just pop bubbly in the cruise.
Cuando estás bien te alejas de mí. Te sientes sola y siempre estoy ahí. Es una guerra de toma y dame, pues dame de eso que tienes. Oye baby, no seas mala, no me dejes con las ganas. Se escucha en la calle que ya no me quieres. Ven y dímelo en la cara.
Pregúntale a quien tú quieras. Mira, te juro que eso no es así. Yo nunca tuve una mala intención. Yo nunca quise burlarme de ti. Conmigo ves, nunca se sabe. Un día digo que no, y otro que sí.
Yo soy masoquista.
Con mi cuerpo un
Tú eres
egoísta.
puro chantaje. Puro chantaje. Siempre es a tu manera.
Yo te quiero aunque no
Tú eres
quieras.
puro chantaje. Puro chantaje. Vas libre como el aire.
No soy de ti ni de nadie.
Como tú me tientas cuando tú tú te mueves. Esos movimientos así siempre me entretiene. Sabe manipularme bien con su cadera. No sé por qué me tienes en lista de espera.
Te dicen por ahí que voy haciendo y deshaciendo, que salgo cada noche que te tengo ahí sufriendo, que en esta relación soy yo la que manda. No pares bola toda esa mala propaganda. Papá, ¿qué te digo? Ya te comen el oído. No vaya a interesar lo que no se percibe.
Y como no consigo tras de ti.
What's up, team? How we doing? Today is Tuesday, August the 30th. The day I'm not getting my Jeep. I just had to bring that up because it was supposed to be the original. Well, I say the original. Who knows what the original? I think it was one of the original arrival dates. Anywho, hopefully everyone's having a good day. Good start to their week. A little slower today overall. Looking at VERU earlier was just a short NATO fest. This came right down right before I put that blue line in. Hopefully you guys got a bounce play. I did just alert that was on my support area at about the 670 mark. Old resistance equals new support. They call that a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich down here in the south. Good old sandwich. What's up though, Renard? Rich Green. I did actually hear earlier, right in between one of my lessons, Rich Green, I heard you were a winner. Rich Green was the first big winner of the day. Zach Hopper, what's up? Renard, Yuko Allen. How we doing, Miss Boss? AV, Prince, and Natar. Anyone else that's showing up today? Paula? Anyone else coming over? It's a slower day, I can tell. It is a Schlurte. Look at that beautiful bounce seam. There's one that's actually worked out nicely. You know, I don't take them as much, obviously that much anymore. Bounce plays, that is, going long. But wow, this is why I came up with the sandwich. It's a bounce waiting to happen. Old resistance equals new support. So you got that old resistance, fail, break above it, come back down. This is usually where I'm in. But then also know if it ever come back down to it, that'll be another good bounce play. Richie Green, yes, he says, my name's R-Dub. It's the Alley Stacks. It's when they need you. This life is more than just a read-through. Come on, guys. We know that. Whoops. I want to hear that. Can't wait to see the Chili Peppers. Going to see them live next month. Ooh. They would just put on a really good show. Swole Granny, what's up? Yes, right. What was that trucking / arm wrestling movie? God, what was the name of that movie? Swole Granny. Nice to see you in chat, too. Swole Granny, I hadn't seen you like all month, it seemed like. I hadn't seen you all August. Maybe it's been a week, but it seemed like a long time. What was that movie? Over the Top. That's right, Over the Top. Over the Top. Because it was kind of over the top. I'm like a truck driver, and he's got this kid, and then he's arm wrestling. I'm glued. I'm glued. As a kid. Anymore, I wouldn't. I'd probably still put it on. I'll probably still put it on. Face cam to get... Oh, yeah, I forgot. I turned it off because I've had sessions all day, team. Sorry, I've been looking at I'm looking at the camera. Sorry, I'm going to be a little big there for a minute, so sorry if I do get a little big in your face. It's just going to be big AK. Not that big. Not that big. Oh, so I was like, what did I hear? I thought I heard a dog or something. The dog's right behind me. I'm like, where's my little daughter at? She's right behind me. Her and Queenie are like best friends. There we go. Something about like that right there. Is that good? Yeah, because we're not worried about the halt scanner really today anyway. Most days during lunch hours anyway. Is that better? Got the face in there. There you go. Face cam to get the... Let's see, because Mafia 1, hey, we go. And thanks you. Always, man. Always. Mafia 1, you know I'm here for that. Anytime you need it, I'm here for any kind of, like I said, that's why I always talk about that in those sessions, whether you want to go over stocks, trades, strategy, style, setups. You want to trade live with me. You want to vent. You want to go over stuff that you've been going through recently. You just want me to kind of pep you up and talk to you and kind of say, hey, I've been there. Trust me, I sucked before. You think you suck. I sucked. I certainly sucked. How we... Love Chip, how we doing here? Groot coming in. It's like always. He's like, oh, Dad's talking. Let's go live. All right, Groot, my co-pilot. How we doing? I am Groot. How we doing, bub? I am Groot. He says, I am Groot. And when he says that, you know, because it's always I am Groot. If y'all ever watch Guardians of the Galaxy or in the movies he's in, that's all he ever says is I am Groot. But Coon, you know, some of them know exactly what he means by that. I think it's just Coon, maybe. I can't remember. But that would mean I want my mom. Where's my mom at? What's up, Treetop Josh? How we doing? Person, great day in the morning. That's right, great day in the morning. It's been a great day overall. And what did I tell you? Real quickly, though, Mafia 1. Mafia. So I was going live anyway. So we had the little session. Look at this. I was calling out this shelf crack, so I missed it as it was just dumping. Remember this? Remember, look how far this dumped off. I was in a session with him going, and this had already dumped. And I was like, this is going to dump because there's room to run down. And so I missed a lot of the run down here, but it did form like a little shelf right here at the 1440 area. And so I caught a little piece of it right here when it dumped off some more. But was this not just a short NATO team? I mean, this was just a dump, a dump, a dump, to dump. This was Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and he just kept dumping. He kept sitting on walls and breaking them. I'm like, Humpty, let's make this egg a little bit bigger, or smaller, I should say. Lose some weight. And for those extra large eggs, we'll go to those little medium eggs. And Thor, Mafia 1, that's right. There we go. The wife says, I hear you're talking about me on chat. I'm just kidding. That'd be the funniest thing. Like, what? Someone's telling my wife I'm talking about her. This is not good. Oh, it's always good though, right, guys? All right, so stocks to look at as of right now. So let's go to the stocks we're looking at right now. APRN is going to be your top stock to watch. Veru was really my only trade for the day for the most part, or MGAM, right? MGAM was the other good trade so far today. That was the other ticker to look at earlier on was MGAM, right? So MGAM was the other good trade, you know, for a good short opportunity was the MGAMatron. So if you did catch this, you know, I didn't get in again because we were me and Mafia were just finally getting off here. Remember when this dumped through Mafia, and so there wasn't much left to get capture on MGAM, but this was a good short overall. It kind of reminded me yesterday of OLB where it kind of dumped and spiked up and then dumped right back into what a lot of traders like Alex Vaughn does so well in chat and other top traders. They get these top areas that I'm too scared to get into. You know, he's caving. I'm sitting on a beach, which I know he sits on a beach too, but I'm gonna be sitting on a beach while he's caving. But you know, he can kill these areas. I'm too scared. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm like, no, please, I just can't do this. You go kill that. And so look how easy this is, though. This major resistance area is where a lot of top traders get in, right? And so you have to understand that's another great area to take a short team. If you miss the opening area, get in here. This is another great. Talk about it all the time. You know, we crack out of an area, move back into it. This is where you get your shorts back into the resistance area. That's especially recently. It's been money. RVPH. Yeah, I'm looking at all these from yesterday. I know you guys have been alerting. Just really past. That's why any of these new tickers that pop up out of nowhere, team MGAM was the most recent one. What am I telling you guys? Short it. Here's what we're looking at. APRN for the 20th day in a row. Looking at possibly Nerve, if we know there was a downtrend break, but we get back above the open, which I know you just ordered this one a few minutes ago, Miss Boss. Get back above this area in the open. This is going to squeeze back up to 12. We're looking at Nerve again for essentially about the 20th day in a row. RVPH, let's go to another one. We'll be looking at 5th day, 10th. Well, no, wow, more like a 10th day or so in a row. So this is the trend this year. I hope you understand that I've been saying that all year round. This is essentially overall the trend we are in. Get used to it. Like it, love it, hate it, whatever it is. This is certainly, team, really what we've been in so far. If you have any questions you have right now, let me know. I've been so stacked up, busy over the last few days here, team. Really doing catch up. So if there's anything you want to go over, let me know. Especially today, really, I've been 3 straight sessions this morning. Any stocks you want me to go over, let me know right now. If you're doing, I have no idea what Deck even did today. So how did Deck do? Did he do okay? I saw I got off a little bit earlier there. Hopefully, I guess, did he do options boot camp? Because I need to watch these options boot camps before Thursday. My plan is kind of to do that tomorrow morning. Like I said, I'm going to really call. You won't see me at all tomorrow morning. Kind of like this morning, but really even less, as I won't be around tomorrow morning. I'll be doing, watching option videos, relaxing, just chilling with, of course, Beers back here, Queenie, and of course the new girl L, all the pack. We got Neville, we got Einstein, we got Jack, we got Miles, we got Rue, we got Chester, we got Petey, we got kinds of dogs. We got Group. So relaxing tomorrow morning, but kind of watching some videos and kind of getting my mind tuned into options. That way Thursday morning I can practice options, and then with you guys on Thursday actually get an options trading boot camp in. Is kind of like what Deck's been doing. Sussy, am I looking for more trades today? Oh, no, honestly, I'll tell you right now, Sussy, in my mind, I'll look. If there's something juicy, I'll trade. I don't want you guys like, oh, you suck, you're not going to want to trade. You know me, I'm super honest, open, transparent. But yeah, me right now, my mindset after trading Veru, finally getting in on that, which I feel terrible about missing about $1 worth of short, really, in the end. Really, I have my mindset on this afternoon. My wife comes home. Haven't seen my wife since last Sunday. My best friend, spending time with the puppy, just the pack, this big old goober head. So yeah, the rest of this afternoon is really almost already into this afternoon. But for right now, you got me for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But no, my mind's already kind of moved on and gravitated toward. You're just gonna rest your. Look at this. Is what he does. This is what Danes do, team. Even when I'm trying to hold his head up so you can see. I don't know if you can see, but this is what he'll just come over and just rest his right there. He's just resting on me. He's like, I got to put this big head somewhere, Dad. But yeah, if there's something juicy, you know me, Sussy. Tomorrow, that's my goal, honestly, for you guys too. Tomorrow during lunch hours, get another little goofy round in. I say the roundabout where I'm getting in options with you guys tomorrow. We're gonna practice. I want to get some contracts in after watching some videos and just to make sure I'm doing everything right. And I think we're doing. I think Zach Hopper kind of directs me in the right direction, kind of going in the money, right? Just do one contract, find what you want to do in the money, though. Find the setup, but then do the first one in the money, like Deck's been doing. Find your setup, do one contract, and the first one in the money, and let's let it ride out. Renard, how we doing? Let's see. He took a 14-5. Man, that's all right. Man, that's what with options that's going to happen. Go those bigger contracts with Decanator. I think he knows that though, and I think he's preached that to you guys. I would imagine yesterday in that day 1 of the boot camp. Kirk's a lot like Nerve right here. Nice downtrend break. Now boom, we're squeezing up to do a little bit more overextended than this move, as you can tell. So watch for this overextension here, Ascension. I know Groot. I know Handsome. He literally just rested his whole head, neck. Look at that. When I don't hold up, that literally right now, it's me. This is me right now with him on me. Oh, you're a goober. There's your 2 trend lines I'd put in right there, Ascension overall. I have to go to this control button since you're on my arm. So I would trade this trend line. This is trend line 1. I love you, buddy. Cannot wait for it to be cool. He wants to always wrestle. That's what I love about Danes, but you got to do it outside because all the little dogs that are around, and it's so hot. So I'm like, when the fall comes, it's like his favorite time of the year. Big old wrestle buddy. I mean, literally like a bear out there, team. Just, and it doesn't hurt you. It's so cute. Well, his paws might. They're pretty big. But play the uptrend channel there. Overall, you have your two nice pets. So here's pets is another one here overall. Y'all just talked about pets a little bit ago, and then again, pets might fill the gap. So pets, I think already has. What gap are you talking about there, you cool Allen? I thought pets has already kind of filled the gap in my opinion. The gap to me was 368. What gap are we seeing? Which one are you talking about, boss? I see the next resistance at 5. After 5, I see resistance at 560. After 560, I see resistance at 6 on the dot. And then I see resistance at 660, Yuko Allen. That is a nice move, though. This is pretty nice. We'll keep it on pets right now. And we're going to go to APR. These are by far your top 2 stocks to watch. APRN. And, there was that nice bounce right off of 670. Rejection back on down here, team. This gets back under 660. I think this is going to dump off probably to 640 and be done for the day. APRN. The old apron company, boss. I would say pets, watch your trend line right here. If you're watching for pets, you need to watch the trend line. Boom, bam. This is your main area to watch for right here, team. If you're trading pets, if you want to go down here, that's fine. Wherever you want to put it at, I would probably go like right here with it onto this candle. It does essentially line up to this. It's just a little into that candle, but you can tell that's your uptrend channel. Mark this as purple. If you're looking for a bounce play on the way down, of course, we're going micro for now. We're getting overextended. This isn't going to see some traditional. I'm going to come back down to 410 for a bounce and be, we're going to get a good bounce at 410. I'd be careful with getting a bounce at 410 and go micro bounce here off that trend line off of 440. I don't think it's overextended enough to where, what I teach and preach saying, hey, we have a trend line, then all of a sudden it overextends a certain amount too much. We're getting closer. If we extend any more, to me, it's too much, and I would not trust this area for a bounce. As of right now, I would still trust it. Woo! Here comes Blue Apron Company on down. What about M-Game? You called that short and pre-market Y News. So T-Farm, T-Farm, you probably haven't, I think T-Farm, you're just probably coming over. Have you been around recently, boss? I can't remember. I know you've been around, but I'm just saying watching me trade live. I don't know how, because I know some traders are like, oh boy, here we go again with these stocks. Oh boy. Oh, hold on, sec team. Hold on. Got dad on puppy duty. All right, you're sitting with me the rest of the time. I was gonna let you try to play with your sister. So I didn't know T-Farm if you had been around, but let's just go back to these real quickly, boss. Go back to a 5-minute time frame. I don't want to do 10 because I want you to actually see the setup a little bit better. So I've been seeing these, and I've gone over this a few times this morning. I've been seeing this setup for literally all of August now, for the most part. I know there was one before UBX. UBX was the first one because I remember calling it out in chat and just yelling at everyone in chat. Came out with news, was spiking up on some weak news below $1 up to $2. Zoom in a little bit more here so we can see the setup. But you can generally see trend line, shelf sandwich area crack at the same time, right at the opening bell, down through this shelf in the VWAP, and the 9 EMA was there too. So I had the Thanos crossover. If you hope, I'm hoping you've heard about that. I've been talking about that for a couple of months now. So UBX, that was on a Friday. I came back on a Monday, literally, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. The same exact setup overall was forming again, and almost the same dollar. So let's go back to the Monday right after that. Excuse the scroll back here. Boom, right? From around $1 area, almost the same thing, right? Trend line was a little over, but trend line, shelf, under VWAP, 9, Thanos crossover, short. Okay, let's go later that week. PSTV was one that happened, not as pretty, but it essentially was the same type of setup. Up on weak news, spiked up. A lot of the dump already happened, but I knew it'd dump off some more, right? And then boom, it just slowly dumped off. The one we did short all together in chat was Chris that day. And so we go back and look at CRIS that day if we want to. Right? Let me make sure I'm not going back too far. I'm going to go back. I'm making sure I hadn't gone back too far. Go back to CRS that day. These were 2 on one day. Overextended trend line, cracked that top shelf. The 9 was around there. The VWAP was a little bit lower, so I knew we had to worry about the VWAP, but then boom, we cracked it, went even more, right? Let's come back to the next day. Mob Q was just gorgeous. This is the perfect setup for a short. This is the perfect storm. It's hard to tell in a 5-minute time frame, but this had a trend line, shelf, VWAP, Thanos crossover, and you can tell what happens when you had all 4 happen at once. This happened. So I've been seeing these, so there's a lot of them. There you go, T-Farm. And go back to yesterday. Had, let's see, Trader 1 was asking me about this. Like, how'd you, I didn't know it was going to dump back all the way that far. I just trust the trade and watch the setup. Back to yesterday, 2 different tickers I alerted for this. OLB, trend line, shelf, 9 EMA. We finally kind of got, but get my point, almost the same setup. B-Way. Wasn't the same, pretty close though, as far as spiking up. But I just did the shelf here. There wasn't a trend line here. Shelf crack under the 9, under the VWAP, because it was already under the VWAP, down. So today, come on in. You got to be, point being, I was saying, you got to be effing S-ing me. Essentially, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, again? Money in the bag. Now, again, at the short, I was with, in a session. I didn't catch any of this off the start of the bat. But I knew, like any of these, I just had a feeling this was just going to be another good short. Just another round of shortnado today from a ticker. What's up, Sean Z? How we doing, Sean? Sean, oh, you hadn't probably seen it. Here you go, Sean. Since you didn't come over yesterday, I have her right here. So there she is. Let's see here, pets. I'm glad you're back there, Shawnee. Pet short closer to 5. We make great pets. We make great pets. We make great pets. I would say around 520-ish. Yeah, so 520 would be a good area. Oh yeah, Sean, she's just sitting here. She's grunting a little bit. She probably maybe needs. I let her out just a little while ago. Yeah, she's a very good dog. All these dogs are just great little babies. But yeah, the Danes are just. Maybe you heard that little grunt right there. I'd go. I mean, you missed it right there, Vegeta. But yeah, 5. The next area up, I would go. Like I said, around that. Possibly if it jumps up again to that 520 mark. But those are going to be your main areas. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get back over that area. And the other area that you're going to be looking for overall is going to be your trend line crack. So your trend line right here, you can tell there's a gorgeous trend line on this that's just working up, especially in the 5-minute time frame. If you want to go into 3, you can. Of course, I'll jump back out of this into a 3. Gorgeous, gorgeous trend line though right there. Tornado 1, Weber on an uptrend. Let's see here. Upward trend. Peaked over the 200-day moving average. Now below it. Do you think it will reclaim and keep climbing? Let's go back to Weber. Main thing you need to worry about right here is this uptrend channel too. The same thing. This almost reminds me of the stock we were just looking at with pets. But see this uptrend channel, Trader 1? Treat this like a daily chart, or an intraday chart, I should say. Your daily, treat it like intraday. So imagine this being a 1, 5, 3, whatever minute time frame you want. You have this gorgeous uptrend channel right there. And imagine that being a moving average, right? Or a VWAP, whatever. And it's squeezing. It's below the trend line and below the 13 right here, 875 row. Makes sense. That's awesome. A nice little area too. That's when this will pull back and won't see anymore. Now, does it continue to climb? As much as I would love to think I know everything, sometimes my wife would probably tell you I do too. I just, it's confidence, team. It's confidence, okay? It's gonna be not with stuff I don't know. I'm not one of those people that are like, well, last week with the pick and a pick, but I'm not anyway. Not like when I like my one-upper uncle is, that you have that one-upper that's just like you tell a story and you're like, well, that wasn't cool enough. Here, I'm gonna tell you my story, but. I think it still continues to push. Now, that's just me, but again, when it does crack, and I can tell you when it cracks, and that's when the trend line happens, or, that trend line to the daily, and does that honestly happen? As much as I wish I could tell you I knew, I don't, but I know that's when it does. That's when it will pull back, my friend. Trader 1 is put that uptrend channel in there, back below the trend line, back below that 875 rule in the 13, buy. I would say even below the trend line, but as long as that's been riding up it, you've been perfectly touching and riding up it, I just say this probably squeezes up. Honestly, in my opinion, what we've seen recently, I'll call it right now. Weber going to be one of the next stocks to squeeze, and we're still looking at it into September, and this is going to be like a 15 or 16. Now, I'm not saying jump in for the long, but yeah, I could see this definitely still doing one more squeeze and pop back up. Now, you're going short. You need to keep your eye on, the main area. Right here is the first one. I can tell right here is about 915-ish, essentially right where that trend line's at. And if you crack that, you can tell the support area kind of resists from before. That's your fail area, baby boy. Vegeta, awesome, yeah. Oh well, she's now back down to just relaxing and leaving me alone. HPCO. That makes sense though, Trader 1. Kind of see that uptrend channel. Definitely, that trend line boss is everything for you. That is going to be everything. Vegeta 1, do you guys know when to swing a trade in trade 0? It gives you the gain on the previous day and put it on the negative for the current day. Huh. What? That's weird. I mean, I know sometimes they'll show you if your stock, say, well, just for instance, on Thinkorswim, I'm in at $14 and I swing it, and now the next day it's at 18. It opens at 18, and it drops down to say below 18. It's going to show you negative for the day for sure. I know it'll do that. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but yeah, it'll show you negative for the day, but over your overall position, you'll still be green. Or if it maybe it's not doing that, maybe it's just something completely different, like it's showing your overall position as being negative, which would just be scary. Ring the bell. You have Sweet Baby. It's nice to see, nice to look at when Spy is. I appreciate it. Ring the bell. It's definitely a little slower, so yeah, I don't mind talking about different stuff or showing off the pack. They're all got one lab, one shepherd, one massive Great Dane mini horse, essentially 4 little dogs, 1 min pin, 1 Italian Greyhound, 2 Chihuahuas, and then I've got a Great Dane puppy. And then I got a cat over there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dogs in here and a cat. Let's see here. T-Farm. Thanks, AK. Work full-time, so I'm in 12. Oh, you're good, Boston. You're good, baby boy. You're good. I know. That's why I try to notice when you guys are in a chat. Thank you for the Thanos show. Awesome. Love you, man. Honestly. Mob Hunter. Thoughts on APRN? Let's go back to Apron here. I'm telling you, 640 is key. This little 640-ish area didn't quite bounce off. It was a little higher than I expected at 6.5. You know, it came in a little bit more with the bodies of the candles there. If it cracks that and gets through 6.4, I think it's done for the day, 100% Mob Hunter. Now, if you want this to be bullish and you're looking for a move back up, it's going to be the main area. And I've always talked about these downtrend lines. I know J Trades will come in when he's around and kind of bring these up to you guys. These are crucial. Kind of like my trend line cracks. It's the same thing, just opposite. When you see a trend essentially reverse, and I have no idea why I was talking about trend lines, and I went and parked that in as like a trend line color when I should have just left it orange. But that's your resistance, right? That's your main area to get back over. That's key number 1. Key number 2 is going to be back over this blue line in the VWAP. So you can break these 3 areas right here, and we're looking for a good long, you know? At least an attempt back into the $7 area and regain channel at like 670 to 710, 715. It cracks below 6.5 and 6.4. This thing's a dead duck. It looks like it's about to be a dead duck. The Apple single to another hold for a while, but the daily trend line was exactly awesome. Trader 1. So you're seeing this stuff, Trader 1. You're seeing it. You need to start trusting yourself. You need to start trusting yourself. Vegeta X. Yeah, overall position is green. Mine was a swing. No, there you go. Not sure how I calculate it. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know about that. I've noticed that though, Vegeta, when I've swung, of course, one of my Amazon's like that. So I'll come in and it'll show me like negative or positive for the day, whatever. But then beside that, it'll be the massive green number. But some days I'll be down 1,000. Maybe not that much. Maybe like 500 on test. I don't know if I've ever been 1,000 down a day. Maybe the other day. Maybe I was. Maybe the other day because the SPY cranked on Friday. Maybe that's why I looked at it on Friday. I have 2 cats. Ascension, I have 2 cats. Remember, 2 cats. I have 13 dogs, 3 bunnies, 2 cats, 2 turtles. Everything in 2s. Although after 2, we sometimes will just get more. But I gotta have 2 for sure. You know, we got the 2 turtles. Yeah, Ascension, yeah. So and it makes sense because if you remember my cat's names, come on, they go together. One of the best movies of the 80s for sure. Now, of course, the second one was pretty darn good. The third one was all right. Back to the Future. And my cat's name, McFly and Doc. So we have Doc and McFly. Those are my 2 cats' names. What's up, Jay Chan? How we doing? And Hipco, be careful with this team. HPCO, new IPO play. I mean, you'll have a little fun with it for sure. You know, it's moving up a little bit. I will go with this HPCO. There's really not much moving. So be careful with it. I would say if you haven't been trading for over a year or 2 and very consistent, successful trader, I would say stay away from HPCO. Very, very hard to trade a stock like that. You know what you're doing. Got to get in and out. I wouldn't go big share size. I bet the spread on this too is pretty nasty if I'm not mistaken. Not that it's live right now, but when it does come live. Halted up, just so everyone knows, HPCO is halted up. 37 after and 14 seconds. 37 after and 14 seconds. 5-minute halt will come live at 42 after and 14 seconds. Boy, team, it's a little snoozer today. Good short fest. This is why I learned back in the day, it's always good to become a shorter team. You know, over time, it's great to learn. The first thing, as I tell most traders, pets. That's the other one that was moving up. I knew there was another one. I was like, what was the other one moving up? Pets. We make great pets. There we go. It was pets. I just finally looked down and saw that again. I will put HPCO over here because it will come up live on trade. It should say Think or Swim faster than Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas charting is very, very laggy. But yes, Ascension, you kidding me? Gotta have 2, my friend. Well, we had 1 to start with. We did get 1. Avery always wanted an indoor cat, so we did adopt McFly first. That was summer of 2020. Last year, someone, you know, because a lot of people get that every once in a while, like, hey, and someone had picked up a cat off the side of the road. It was one of the people that rescue in Dallas. So we picked up McFly, or Doc, I should say. So we do have 2 cats. The cats. Will 80s movies and music maybe the best. Yeah, you know, it's funny, Will, I was born in the 80s. So grew up in the 90s and of course love 90s music. We all look back at the 80s music like what were they doing then? You know, it was because you look back, you know, everything was so classic rock, which that's definitely that to me is the best ever is the 60s and 70s. So much stuff sampled in the 80s from the 60s and 70s, which was, you know, of course, the main reason I've being in music, and I didn't realize this at first. There's only so many notes in music. You know, it'd be like there's only, I mean, there's a lot, but there's only so many trading styles. So eventually someone's going to overlap someone's trading style. I'm calling it the Thanos crossover. I'm sure I know someone's out there trading that 9 EMA in the MACD like I've been for years and calling it something totally different and probably has a real name maybe even possibly, right? I just call it the Thanos crossover. So it's just one of those things where you only have so many notes. And so, yeah, I agree. 80s was so funny back at the time. I look back, you know, we went from all that classic rock to the 80s. It just really went like, hey, we're doing this to like, hey, we doing our own thing. It's completely different now. But yeah, you look back and you're like, wow, that's a lot of good music because they still had original music in the 80s. 100% I agree with you. It was good stuff. But yeah, when I grew up in the late 80s and I was born in 84, like I said, so I grew up in the 90s really looking back going, what the hell are they doing? Live team, we are live. We are live. Let's see here. Opened up right where we pretty much gapped, or I should say, opened up where we halted up at. We've got to get over this area. We're trying to hold that halt up price. It's going to be pretty hard to get over that. If we fly over that, we're probably going to fly into another halt up. The spread on this right now, team, is the spread on this is $1. The spread on this is pretty close to $1. The ask is at $20.77. The bid's at $19.71. This is a dollar spread, team. Be very careful. Awesome. William, born in 88. Tesla just dumping away today. I was talking about this earlier. Well, I was in that session there with Mafia, right? Remember? No, it was that last session. That's right. I was with. That's right. I was like, well, I forgot who we were. I think I'll be maybe looking at this too, Mafia. But there's that nice little channel around the 280 mark, and that's what I kept saying. If it ever gets below 280, I think then we'll get another round of Thanos crossover where it actually gets below the 9 and it gets below. Yeah, Mafia, and then yeah, that's what I thought originally was with you. I was just talking about it again in my last session though too. My boy Fred, and no, not from the Flintstones. I know I have dogs and Great Danes, but it's not like I have Daphne and Fred and Wilma, and we all having a good old party with Shaggy. You know, not doing that. Those guys would have me out on them crazy adventures. Let's see, Sussy, AK Pets short. Let's see, on trendline crack, good idea. Even when the stock is 3 times its average volume. Oh, I never even worry about that. I never even look at that kind of stuff, honestly. These plays with volume, if it's averaged, it's over. I never even look at that. You know, I think the more you sort of like overcomplicate the process, essentially overall, find a process. If it works, then stick to it. I can go back to, you know, any of these plays. Let's go back to UBX, right? Let's go back to UBX. I mean, the day that spiked up all the way back on the 12th here, look at the volume all those days before. Nothing, right? And so all of a sudden, this one massive day had 80 million shares traded. 80 million shares traded. Duh. You know, so I try not to factor in too many certain things. I think if you do that, you're just putting too much in your brain. Not kidding, just, keeping it simple. So I'll say, let's see if this cracks the trend line, and here's the main area. Cracks the trend line and cracks the VWAP in this 440 shelf, that old resistance area, watch it tumble. You got it, Sussy, yeah. I just think I did the same thing. I was telling probably Mafia won that, just you do that a lot, early on. And it takes a while to where you can just simplify the process, just come in like I have recently, go MGAM, you got to be kidding me. Here comes another one, cool. And just, that's it. I already knew. I knew from the get-go I was just going to look at MGAM. That just kind of becomes how simple over time you make it, or at least want to make it, right? You don't want to do the chase game. It's this one, then it's this one, then it's this one. You find a certain setup, it's fit your eye, and you're going, oh, wow, really? Your eyes your eyes are like, whoa. Your eyes are bulging out. Alex Vaughn. Ooh. Boy, I bet that one made some pucker up there, boy. Yeah, I'd say that was definitely a little HPCO. Nice one, though, boss. Good win. I wish more of those could become consistent so we could really make some money, those come back to where they come back to life. We had those for a quick little blip, and they weren't nearly as fun as they were in 2020, obviously, or 2021. Team, that's where you make tons of money, are the plays like this. I'm telling you right now, that's where you're going to make at least with shares, that's where you're going to make the big bulk of your money. Those are your home run type plays. And how often do we see them? Exactly, not much. So get your normal base hits. Take your double when it comes in. Every once in a while, you're going to expect a single, and you get a triple or a double. Love life. Don't expect every trade to be a home run. The more you do that, the less you're not going to be a consistent trader. Hit, swing, 4 base hits. Get on base. Get on base. Get on base. Keep bringing those guys around home. You're just out. L just out on my lap. Doing good too, team. Gotta give it to her again. We are now 24 plus 12, max stat 36. We got to go about 40-ish plus hours in or so. No potty, not one pot. 40 plus hours, team. 40 hours in this house and not one potty, not one mistake on the inside. Every time has been outside. Very proud of my L. L is one smart little cookie. Yeah, we're seeing some dump fest today. We've seen some nice moves back up. Decent, I would say, over lunch hours. You know, RVPH, thank you again for putting that on the board there, Miss Boss Early, and anyone else that alerted it, right? So we have a decent one there. APRN, decent move up. A lot of these plays we've looked at overall today, though, team. You know, Nerve was trying to make a little downtrend break there. But anything you were looking at earlier, for the most part, it has been a dead day. You're seeing pullbacks from a lot of these stocks that were up. I mean, GCT. Let's get back to Ver. Look how much Veru. I mean, like, even Ver, team. Look at Ver recently. But Siga today, you know, this is another one I was kind of looking at, maybe looking to get a short on earlier today. Seen some nice pullbacks overall today. It's been definitely a nice, and again, you go back to the SPY, we've seen that recently where we have a nice big effect overall, and it happened all on Friday, team. You kind of have, it affects the penny stocks a little bit, at least those ones that have been consistently moving, and you know traders are trading them day in, day out. Now, I wouldn't say the M games of the world are affecting those too much. Those are just short NATOs anyways. We saw that all the way back to earlier this year where I think it was back April when where I saw this same kind of trend set up. Every day, a new stock would come out with weak news, and I looked to short it. What's up, Sniz? Sniz, NATO, RVPH, new high of day. We'll watch RVPH, and we'll also keep on watch APRN. Not APRN. Hold on, it was Pets. Pets, APRN is pretty much about, I wouldn't say dumb, but it's getting close. Pets. We make great pets. What's up, though, Sniz and Nita, J-Chain? Y'all doing good today? James, thanks for coming on over. Oh, yeah, J-Chan, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's definitely, she's been so good. She'll kind of whine, too. She'll start making her little grunting noises, like, She's like, okay, she needs to go potty. She was doing that last night. I was out cold, team. I was work just nonstop trying to get everything ready for my wife to come home today. Mow. I mean, crazy how fast our yard mow. I hate our yard. It mows. It grows so fast, which is the backyard. Having 13 dogs now. Imagine what that grows like. The fertilizer, you know, that they're fertilizing every day. Plus all this random rain we're getting down here in the south recently. Then you add that 90 to 100 degree heat. That's the perfect storm for a monsooning tropical rainforest backyard. So I had to mow yesterday. I was out last night, just sleeping. I mean, just one of those dead tires where we were like, man, I am, like when I woke up, when she woke me up, where you could barely open your eyes. But she was doing I was like, I gotta take her out. I gotta take her out. Don't be stubborn here. Don't be lazy. Be disciplined. And so I got up and took her out. Fell right back asleep, I'll tell you that. I was tired. Yeah, she's been good. That was super awesome so far, team. I know that streak will break, but I had to bring it up from the get-go. I'm like, it's going to break, I'd imagine, at some point. She's doing amazing, though. Love my Great Danes. APRN, I will keep this on watch. I did. That's why these are obviously I'm bringing up the ones, boom, downtrend. That's why I came right over to it. I love how it's in there. Watch for the downtrend break again. Back over brought this up earlier. This little triple whammy area, downtrend 670-ish area to the VWAP. We get back over those three. We could have a nice good move back on our hands from Aprin team. Not fully done until, like I told you, 650, 640-ish area. This area right here. That's it. This it. I said so. What's that one guy on TikTok? God, that one guy does golf stuff. He is so Monzo. I see. I forgot what he always says. Oh, he is. I love that guy, especially because he does golf stuff. Atri, have a nice day, boss. Atri, have a beautiful day yourself, baby. I don't know if y'all heard that, but that would be old Gruntosaurus over here, my dinosaur. Pets cracked. Let's go back to pets real quickly. We make great pets. Not yet. We'll keep it on pets on the big board for you. So we'll keep pets on the big board for you. We'll go RVPH on the small board. Why don't you just take up my whole app right there? Why don't you? So this 440 area under the VWAP, I'm telling you, that's going to be it. We have the small little area that's building in right there that it's not going to matter too much in my opinion. We're going to crack straight through down. This could be a good short, probably down to 415, 420 area. Possibly down to 405. Possibly. Uncle Mark, do you shop for dog food like Clark and cousin? Yeah. I forget about the light bulbs every once in a while. The wife will set the light bulbs in, and then another massive 40, 50 pound bag of Oroy. Then another one on top. God, I love Christmas vacation. No, luckily she works for a company called Hollywood Feed. It's a holistic pet food store here in the southeast. They actually are now moving up to the east and midwest, I should say. So they took over Pet People, I want to say the company was called. It was called Pet People. So now they have 200 locations now. And they're primarily just East Coast. So Arkansas, Texas, Alabama, Kentucky, Ohio, Florida, Carolinas, Tennessee, Mississippi, obviously, Louisiana. But yes, and so she gets, luckily, I think it's about 6 to 8. I forgot, somewhere in that range, 6 to 8. They're called voucher bags that they've gotten in with those companies, and they get one per month for free. Depending on how many dogs you have, you can, use 1, 2. Luckily we can use all of them. No one else there's no one else in the company that uses every single voucher. We use every voucher, and we still like we go round 1. Real people cost, it would be about $400 to $500 for all the food and all the stuff we get. At least $350-ish sometimes on the low end. Us, it costs like $75-ish. In the end, we probably still spend, after that massive discount and stuff, for free, because of course a lot of that stuff we get for free, at least the first round of bags, and that usually lasts us a month. We probably still spend about $200 a month on our dogs. And that's not a lot though for obviously you got 200. You're spending $200 a month on 18 animals or 20 animals now, I should say. That's a lot. I mean, not a lot, I should say. That's pretty good. 200 divided by 20. So you're not spending much on each dog per month. What's that, $10 a month? That's pretty good. Uncle Mark, yes, sir. That's why I tell a lot of people, I don't know if we'd have this many animals, or especially dogs, so to speak, if we couldn't, if she weren't, wasn't in the position that she's in. Because, yeah, we're saving, $400, $500 a month. Easy. Here we go. Sussy. Everyone else interested. There you go. Coming up soon. Dorf does golf. I love it, Trader One. I just saw that. Oh, yeah. Ascension for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, we would. I mean, you got to imagine, how much. Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, we spend, again, we have 20 animals. Yeah, exactly. Alex Vaughn, that is my backyard. 100%. Yes, we've cracked the trend line, Sussy. So if this would be a starter size. So if you want to get in starter size, this is your starter size. So say you want to just kind of break it down. Typically, you 1,000 shares. Go on 250. Max 500. You never want to go more than half. You're going in more when the 440 shelf cracks under the VWAP. That's when you can go in, close open cans underneath that. I see you, Queenie. That's when you're dumping down even more. Oh, yeah, but trust me, man. I got Avery, of course, because she works for, obviously, a pet store where people spend hundreds of dollars just on one trip, one dog, She, of course, salesman that she is, she likes to do, of course, oh, this bed, or what about this? And some point being, someone will come in and get a pup. They have a puppy with them, right? They'll drop 400 or 500 bones right there. I mean, like, dang. Whoa. Ring the bell, all kinds, because we have vouchers, so we have From, Country Naturals, maybe, Natural, I forgot what, I don't remember all. I wish my wife was here, but I need to go, next time we do, and I'll just take a picture so you can see all the different foods, but it's, all the different foods that Hollywood Feed, I think Origins may be one of them, they're all good. Some of them have grain in, some don't. You know what I mean. So it's just it depends on what you like. Luckily, that's the one thing we've been honestly blessed with. All our dogs eat the same thing. All our dogs eat the same. Here we go. So yeah, we get From, really good. I think it's only had one recall, team. So you have a dog. This has had one recall in over 100 years of business. That's unbeatable. Origin, good stuff. Nutrisource, really good stuff. Signature, pretty good. Akana, this is all the stuff we're feeding them right here. All this stuff. There you go. So go to HollywoodFeed.com. It gets delivered to your house. And you're quick. I use Victor. All right, nice. Yeah, there's all kinds of Roy. Oh, Roy. New high of day for RPCO, or I mean it's RVPH, RPCO. Now I'm thinking of now I'm getting Star Wars mixed in this with C3PO. RVPH though, new high of day team, nice little squeeze right here. Overall, nice trend line as well. So if you're looking for a good short opportunity, same as well as we just saw or about to see. I have a feeling with pets. So pets, watch for the trend line crack as well. So we've already cracked the trend line. Watch for the shelf crack. We're getting very close. We're in this downtrend right here as well. So put your downtrend line in if you're, putting your lines in and trading them. RVPH new high of day squeezing pretty nicely here, team. So I'm going to go see what the next chart history is for resistance on RVPH. That would come from actually yesterday. I didn't realize yesterday RVPH did squeeze up to that 310 area. I kind of forgot about that. I remember seeing this if I scroll back because I just put it on my Thinkorswim charting. Yesterday's highs, team, we're running right into that. And the way this is overextended, I would honestly look for a good short right here. I bet this fell somewhere in this area, pulls back down to 280, 290 possibly. We are getting pretty close, and we were over it in a 5-minute time frame, but I bet in a 1-minute time frame we got into it. Yeah, we're really pushing that overextended. We're pushing that upper trend line, I should say, or over. Yeah, the upper trend line, but the upper VWAP band. Look at this. I mean, we weren't doing. Let's go back on RVPH, team. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. 250, whatever. We'll just call it 45, 50 cents, right? We're going side to side. Look how far apart this has gotten from 3 to 2. Well, now we're $1 apart. So you can see we have, and boom, there goes your 2.8. There goes your pullback. Boom. Boom shakalakis. And the reason I called 2.8, essentially what you typically do here is you go back down to the area that you just overextended from. So you look at this real quickly. Where did we overextend from? Well, yeah, this is overextension. But like right here, overextend, push up too much. We typically try to come back down where we start the run. We didn't do it here, but right here, where do we overextend from here? So a lot of the time up top especially, that's where we get that pullback right here. That's why I was saying 2.8-ish or whatever. That's where you're going to get the pullback to typically. Overextend too much too fast, as we always talk about a lot of the time, or at least when we do see it. You just get a quick pullback because you go up too fast, you're going to get a pullback. You kind of correct yourself a little more quickly. But yeah, oh Roy. And it's funny because what's the science diet, not really good dog food, but of course pushed from veterinarians, and then veterinarians in some clinics with it's so funny. They're like, or I should say vets get into it sometimes because well, my vet and then vets will call like, well, why did y'all say that? Like, it's so funny. But yeah, science diet, really not good food either. Let's see, a little slower. You can really just read the back of an ingredient panel on any of those foods, and you can see what is good and what's not good, honestly. Like you can with most of our food. A little slower today might be, yes, washing the car with you connected. There you go. I washed mine yesterday. So I had the road trip to go pick up L on Sunday. And you better believe after all those bug splatters going to Texas and back, I had to get out there yesterday before I mowed. And I washed I had to get Falcor nice and pretty again. So Falcor shine. I mean, literally probably, team, I've washed that thing at least 30, if not 40 times. Got to keep it clean. I keep it clean, though. Bob, what's up, Demi? Strategy question for you. I got in on HIPCO at 1630 long, 1,000 shares. I used a trailing stop of 50 cents, got bumped out right before the spike. How would you have set your stop, if any, on a play like that? Whew. Yeah, let's go back to your entry area so we can look at it. HIPCO, you got in at 1630. So, come on, let's see, zoom on in here. Oh, man, Bobby playing some funness here. Honestly, you're fine, Bob, because you got in over the halt up price. It didn't come back down. I would have called this my stop loss. Like, so originally entry price of just me, just kind of putting myself in your shoes. If I got in at 16.30, this would have been my first stop loss. And as this moved up, I'm scaling out. You know me, I would have probably been out of this trade before it hit 20. I would have been out of this trade probably somewhere in here. That makes sense, and I don't know where exactly you got stopped out at. And now I would just move my stop loss up. I don't have mental stop loss too. I'm never physical because that can happen on a volatile play like that where it's a dollar spread. So what's a dollar spread mean? You can go up and down $1 like that. I'd just go mental 100%. And so that means sometimes you may, mess up. That's why I don't trade these that often. And when I do, I've seen them happen day in, day out. And I trust them like I trust my trend line and shelf cracks. And you got in a good area. So yeah, it's just one of those things where you just scale out. Does that make sense, Bob? All right, there's your pullback so far. RVPH pulling it back nicely. Right onto yesterday's highs, team. Pull it on back pretty nicely there. Pets, are we going to crack already? Not yet. We aren't making great pets yet. Come on here, Petsies. And see, that's what I told. See what I was saying there, sussing how this is key. A lot of traders notice that too after, they do both. And of course, I never say which one's more, stronger than the other, but we can all tell this. It's the shelves that end up being a lot stronger than the trend lines themselves. So we can crack a trend, but can we crack the full channel and shelf that we're in? But yeah, kind of like I just read what Alex was saying too. Like what I was saying. You get a spread that's $1 that you can get, boom. You're even 50 cents, right? You're popped out. You could easily get bumped out in a hurry. I just with those trades, I'm more mental. I'm always mental anyway. I never have a physical. I never set a physical stop loss in. Probably 0.000, whatever percent of the time. Around 1% or less, I actually set a physical in. Out there in the danger zone, team. Come on now. I got to hang out with the old Maverick and stuff. Yeah, Sussy, the shelves are stronger. Finally can never get above this. There you go. Good eye there, though. Yuko Ellen, 100%, 670-ish area, 675. That's why I said if we could ever get above this, that shelf right there, you can look for a nice, good pop. RVPH, run right into resistance, love it right back on down. Holding that trend line, team. Short number 2 could be coming up. That's why I'm going to bring this up. And you can see where that on the 5-minute time frame where the 9 EMA is. So if we crack that trend line, get under 270, that 9 EMA, this is going to see a nice pullback to the VWAP. Could even crack the VWAP. Wop. Tesla team, any of those traders that are interested. Next round of shorts coming up right here on this shelf. 275.50-ish area. When you crack that, this is going to see a full pullback to 275. Could dump down even more. Want to go long? Watch for an area over this. I almost sound like an info. Want to go long? A commercial or an infomercial. Over 276.65, 276.70. That's where you can look for a long to pop its way back on up. Try not to wake up Elle. She's dreaming on me. I feel like a mom almost, team, sometimes. Like right now. Like I have a baby. Does that kind of make sense? Where I have like a baby on my lap or she's inside of me. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to. She's kicking. My baby's kicking right now. Pets, yep, there you go, squeezing, there you go. There we go, see, off that shelf right there. So let's get the downtrend break, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. What we can really do, team, let's look at this trend line. See how it's really starting to form right here? Lowered just a little bit, even more so. And there's your new trend line. Oh, I thought I clicked on that first. Was not quick enough there. When I'll start doing that more, of course, for traders like Mafia, one that came over, and hey, I know if maybe you're not even looking at penny stocks, you want to look at Tesla, let me know, team. If there's something you want to look at and I'm not looking at it, let me know and I'll look at it. Yeah, truly, though, I miss Pops. But so seriously, she's just down here sleeping away. All passed out. Do some, hey, I may start doing that. We'll, me and my wife will open up a, online, kind of like what I do, like stock trading, instead of prime trading investments, it'll be called trainyodogs.com. And we can do like live sessions where we can do Zoom sessions. We can do some dog training. Although it helps honestly so much more when the person that's training the dog is there. That's why you would see like in the videos back in the day, or they videos, but shows where the person actually goes and trains the dog. Got to put that, snap it into it. Oh, I like it. There we go. Exactly. Will.i.am. Oh my God. I wonder if a lady ever did that with if she could, how is that even possible? Is your stomach that strong to support yourself? Kirk, what was another one y'all brought up earlier? Nerve team. This was another one too as well. Nerve. We're gonna here. It seems like we're about to get in that lunch hour. It is because it's almost noon. It is noon. I'm telling you, noon my time, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's where we start seeing some pops. Nerves popping up a little bit. HPCO back on down. Telling the team be super careful with that play. Kirk has been moving up a little bit as well today. Nice little slow and steady play. So go over to Captain Kirk here. Thank you for bringing that on my attention board. Why it didn't just hit the breakout scanner, I don't know. It's kind of odd, you know what I mean? That's what one thing I don't like about trade ideas or breakout scanner. What are you doing? Why don't you just, you trying to curl up? Do you want to go lay with your sister? You just can't get comfortable. My lap's just not big enough for you. You need to get inside my belly. Get in my belly. Treetop Josh got you. What's up, Mario? How we doing, though? Look at the nice uptrend channel, though, team. Look at this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Cracked the first one, decent short. Look what we held here, though. This little sandwich area built in. Old resistance. That became a new little small support area. And really almost that trend line, and we're squeezed right off of that, and we're really holding that trend. Let's look at Baba real quickly. Sure, we'll look at Baba. I know. I hear you. Woo! RVPH. Oh, there was a nice dump right there. Can you just sit still, you little nugget? RVPH team. RVPH. Look at the dump. Trend line. Look at the... I told you, watch for the secondary. And we got a better short here than you did on pets. First, this area back down to 2.8. 2.8 trend line crack under the 9 EMA as we just did down to the VWAP. Boom. Look at this. They talked about watch for this to get under the trend line, the 9. You're going to see a move back down to the VWAP. Wop. 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 Let's get it. Oh, nerve is skyrocketing. You're going to lay that way for me now. There you go. Is that better? Can you do this way? Can you do that way now? No, we're skyrocketing in 2 different ways. So RVPH is done. We're going to go back to Nerve Team Top Stock. I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Lunch hours. This has been like this recently. I will now go. So we're doing a little mob shift right here. We're going back to Captain Kirk as a number 2 play to watch. So Captain Kirk. Watch for a bounce play team off of this 415, I'd say about 415 area. If you're looking for a bounce play for KIRK, NERV, if you're looking for a bounce play, the safe area is going to be back below 11, a little bit below it, but I don't think we're going to get back there at this point unless you see a super fail. So at this point, if you are looking for a bounce, I'd go around 11, 15, 11, 10. That's about as much as you're going to work with for Nerve. Running the resistance from yesterday, which was also yesterday, support. So this old support little channel and shelf out to the right is now the new resistance at around 1190, close to 12. Boom, right? So go back to yesterday. A lot of the time you're going to see why we fell at a certain area and why we're resisting, and you go back a little further. Once was resistance, then became support. We've got to get over 1175. Close and open candles over 1175 team, or this is going to fail like RVPH did, and we're going to see a pullback. At least it could possibly see 1110, 1120. Baba, real quickly. Sorry, I just missed that, though. We'll go back to Mario. I saw that squeezing. It's 92.80, a good entry. For what, boss? For what? Good entry for a short, good entry for a long at 92.80. What are we looking at there? Long. I would say, and that's fine. If you want to go long, I do like the area. It's so funny. It's almost like a question. But I would go short. The answer is... Felt like I was like like one of those game shows. You're like, you're wrong, Mario. The answer's short. I would just be careful going short here, or long, I should say. The more this presses up, presses, you're squeezing into that bounce area, and you haven't squeezed yet. We need to squeeze soon, is my point. If we don't squeeze soon, that's where I would just anticipating this to be another good short on the way down. Got it, boss, Mario? Mario-san. Mario-san. Honestly, your next best long, in my opinion, is going to be this breakout right here. So see this resistance or support, 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 oh, boom. And then resistance, resistance. I would say if 92 or 93 breaks, you're going to see a fly up to 93.35, possibly even up into the mid 93. So over 93 is where I would look to go long, honestly, baby boy. Nerve has the nerve to just explode for more. See, got to stay up and go. If we don't stay up and go, team, we do see pullbacks. So we're getting a nice good pop right here overall. We're holding that 1170-ish area, right? Breaking through it. Next resistance. I would go, whoa, wow, we just ran right into it. Nuts. This would be the area I look at overall. So I always just went back to this. I went back to that and kind of meshed it in with the rest of those. It's somewhere in this area we're going to see probably another upper shadowish area form. And then there we go. All you're going is usually you're going back to the day before, 2 days before, 5 days before, possibly using then, of course, the 1 year, 1 day chart. So always go back to the last 3, 4, 5 days. Then after that, go back a year. hat around for once here. Nerve team, I would say if you're looking for a bounce play, I'm going to come down here and put the bounce opportunity in around 11.15. If you want to put orders in a little above that around 11.25, you can do that as well. Ooh, and yep, all your shorters out there for Tesla, wanting to put some options in. Here we go. Ooh, wanting to put some options in. You like how I did that there? I didn't even try to do that at all. That just kind of happened now. Any RV here, top stock to watch as far as pennies are concerned. Kirk, nice little move up overall. Crackbacks from RVPH and APRN failing. Again, both of those are failing. I'd say Nerve, I should say Nerve and Kirk, top 2 stocks to watch. We got the drug. Yeah, drug. Oh, doing some more drugs. Keeping it alive. It says, give me some more. I've got a little life left in me. Just be careful with DRUG. Again, one of those stocks I wouldn't put right in the category of the HPCOs or what was the HIPCO what we were just looking at. But it is a little bit more of a sketchier play. If you are not an experienced trader, haven't been trading for a while, I'd be careful trading DRUG. A little bit more of a up and down mover, a little more volatile at times. So just be careful trading DRUG. Know what you're doing if you're trading a stock like DRUG. A little bit more inconsistency with it. You can tell the upper shadows, lower shadows can wick out on you very quickly. Today looks a little better though, right? We're not really going too upper shadowy, too lower shadowy with overall in the movement, although we are creating a nice lower shadow on the day. Short-wise overall, if you're looking for a short, I'd be careful popping back into this area at around 240-ish. I would go a little higher around 250 if you're looking for a short. But again, if you're looking for a long, get over 250. This is going to roll back up to probably 280 high of day area. Nice alert there. Uncle Mark giving us a little drug in our life. Nerve team, go back to it real quickly. Let's see if we can hold these areas. I'm going to mark this as blue for now. Our old boy blue. And let's mark it true. RVPH, now I've gotten 3 in a row, or 2 in a row, could be a third one right here, team. So RVPH, we had that move up. I said watch for a short back down to 2.8. They were short number 1. Short number 2 was trend line crack, and then underneath the 9 EMA for a short down to VWAP. Now we're building a shelf I can really see in a 1 minute time frame. And underneath the VWAP, this is going to be another good short team, possibly back down to the 230 area. Still over there. Boy, he is out too. I'm telling you, these dogs just... I talk stocks, they sleep. And cats. Can't discriminate now. Tesla's still going down. Get your short there, team. I told you, kind of alerted this from the get-go. So I went over this a few minutes ago. Hopefully you guys got that alert for the next short down. I alerted this for you right there perfectly. There's your shelf crack, next roll down. Nice movement overall for some shorts today. I'm telling you, team, it's been a nice, good short NATO of a day. Let's see here. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there's really not much. A little bit at 271. So I'd say the next area to really worry about overall is going to be 271.85. 271.85 to 272 is where this has room down to overall before it does hit that 50 moving average that Deck was talking about. But nice little shelf crack if any of you guys got in on the shelf crack right there. I was gonna say, I was thinking of you, Mafia 1. Honestly, Mafia 1, I was thinking of you going, I wonder if he got short on that. Nerve, that's what I was like. What was it? Nerve. Nerve looking to squeeze here, team. Typing so down faster. Nice little flag being built up right here. 1175, 1240 tops. Squeeze out of this flag. This team could easily test high of day from yesterday, moving up to 1425, that $15 area. Not a lot holding it back, really. We got a little bit of resistance up on the next area up. You know, maybe around this, about the 1275. 1275 to 1280 mark is going to be your next really resistance if we move up. Pets. Woo! Finally, there's finally a trend line crack. Nice, a full trend line crack right there. I'm sure no one probably got it because it happened so fast. But Pets team, again, if we get through this VWAP in 440s, I mentioned earlier, 440 in this VWAP, when this cracks, it's going to be a great short team. This is going to dump down. I'm telling you, 420 is probably going to be in sight. Nerve trying to hold the flag, watching Nerve. Those upper shadows are not looking pretty in a 3-minute time frame. Not that we can't overtake them, but they are not looking very pretty overall. Okay. You get that every once in a while. I'm sure if you have kids, you probably get that too. I don't know, like, whoa, who's playing with the toy now? Anything you want to go over, team, let me know. I want to jump into maybe a lesson if you guys want here in a few minutes. Right now, I know it's trying to stay with these tickers as they stayed up. Maybe we'll get crackbacks from Kirk and Nerve overall. Those would be the only 2 tickers I'd be looking at overall. Kirk and Nerve. Kirk and Nerve for your penny stocks moving forward for the rest of lunch hours, team. InBev, super slow since we started. MGAM, oh, okay. MGAM trying to come back up a little bit here at that little double, W-ish shape here overall. NAB, nothing. Pets, new mover, now only up 19-20% on the day. HOUR, we've been looking at this one forever too as well. Just super low volume. Yeah, just nothing really to look at overall there. Killing me. You're killing me, Queenie. Or not Queenie, but L. Queenie! Questions, comments, concerns, anything, team. Waiting to see what these tickers do for the rest of the day. See if we get any more movement. VLC, and if there's any other mover on these penny stocks down here, I probably would say VLC and be your best bet. Technically sound mover for the most part. Under 2.9 or under 3, back down to 2.9. 2.9 VWAPs cracks. You're back down to 2. Those 10-cent increments. Really has room now up to the 335 mark over 3. Nerve starting to crack out of its flag, team. Nerve starting to crack out of its flag. Could be getting a lesson in soon if we're getting these nice little trend line cracks overall. Kirk could be doing the same thing, team. Overall, there's my bottom trend line. Here's your kind of upper trend line if you want to put that one on right here, right? There's that newer trend that's looking like about to crack. Aprin done for the day. APRN is done for the day. So we're getting these stocks to start to get some little dump backs here. Aprin done for the day. Went right into my line of resistance, what was support earlier. And perfect bounce off it when I first started commentary. Then became resistance. I know I teach that to you guys a lot. Once was support, will become resistance back below it. And there you go. Now we're dumping back from that 670 mark. Are we looking at a Thanos at Nerve here? Let's go back to Nerve. I mean, I guess if you're in a 1-minute time frame, you probably could be, but I'm not. No, I wouldn't do this in a 1-minute time frame because of the volume. I would say in this in a 3-minute time frame at least, if not maybe a 5, but at least a 3-minute time frame. Then that means the 9 EMA is around the 1150-ish area. So this is what I have for the Thanos crossover. So here's my moving average, which it's definitely getting up there. So maybe we get it. It's definitely working its way up there. But we need to get back on both. I would at least go in a 3-minute time frame like I was right there. Little splatter in the eye there. There we go. I don't know how that got out. Woo! What a dump there at the end of the day. If anyone, I don't know if anyone caught that. You may have all moved away from it, but a gorgeous dump. And I said if he gets under 640, definitely going to be done for the day. And there we go. Nice little dump NATO under that 640-ish area. Gosh, Trader one. What a huge pullback on Weber. Nice. There, oh, shelf crack. Look at the shelf crack right here. Look at that beautiful shelf crack. I was in long as it came back down. Yeah, average down the daily trend line. Now it's cracking. Do you think it will still? Okay, gotcha, Weber, gotcha. Do you think this will get up to 12 or 15 in the next week or so? Whew, 12 or 15. That's really pushing it for sure. I mean, I would expect that, with these squeeze plays, honestly happening. But Weber, since we've been going live, wow, this really is just dumped off. Like I haven't noticed that either. Nice big dump back overall. It has done this in the past, so I'd expect a green day tomorrow. Every red day, usually every big red day has a big green day. We've got to hold this, this movie now. We've got to hold 860 or so. If this starts dumping through 860, point being, if this sees $8, the chance to get back up to 215, I should say, is very unlikely. The chance to get to 12 is going to be your main goal. If we get back all the way down to 8, this moving average and the support from below, which is just below 8, right? If we stay and can maintain here, we can easily get back to 12. A little bit easier so, because we're holding and maintaining somewhat of this uptrend. We just got to change the trend line now, right? We just got to adapt this and adjust it a little bit to where it fits and makes it fit a little bit better in there. We start cracking all the way down here. Now all it's holding up is a shelf, which then could even dump off even more, right? And so that's why the chances to get to 15 at that point become very, very unlikely. And just even getting back to that $12 area will become even harder to do. Got to hold that moving average, just 855-ish, 850-ish area at the bottom. 860, 850, whatever you want to call it. Got to hold that. Crazy. Speaking of dump backs, that was a dump back, and APR in all the way down to the lower VWAP band, almost down to 6 now, team. That was a good dump. I'd say for another dump to watch RVPH, Rob, Van, perhaps. Underneath the VWAP in this 255 area, team, you're going to look for a great short opportunity, 100%. Don't forget, team. Got those awesome sessions in with you the last couple of days. I mean, literally 6 sessions over the last 2 days. It has just been nonstop. I love getting those sessions in with you guys. If you ever want to trade live with me, I have been telling you guys this going live. Been telling other traders this. If you just want to come over, you don't have to wait till the end of the month when I open those up. I'm not going to do them all the time, but I'll do them here and there and say, hey, I want to get a live session with you. I want to trade in the morning. What do you have? I couldn't find anything available. I didn't want to do whatever it might be. I want to get in something soon. Would you mind trading with me live in the morning? Just DM me, email me, whatever it may be, and let's get it going. But otherwise, go over, book one with me. I do pre-market, I do power hour, and I do after hours every single day, Monday through Thursday. And then on Saturday, I open up 3 hours from noon to 3 p.m. Come over and let me help you out for sure. And again, kind of like Mafia 1 said earlier, whether you're getting, just questions, comments, concerns out, you just need me, you want me to talk to you and motivate you, vent, whatever it could be. There's so many different things we can do. Of course, there's my YouTube page. So if you need any extra help from me, I know I forgot the link earlier. I forgot to send it to a couple different traders in chat, but go over to my videos tab and it's got all my live streams, my trades I've been doing recently live in chat. I've been trying to get as much out there for you guys as I can overall, right? So there's lessons, there's live streams, interviews with top traders that have definitely been very beneficial for other traders. Of course, now getting back in a lot of my lessons here and just other recaps I've done in the past. Go back and watch those, help you out big time. Dog Anthony, try my best. That would be the kind of the claim to fame there, maybe overall, when I'm like in my low, maybe less than 10 years, like 43, 44. I'll be featured on different shows. He's not only the dog whisperer. I'll be maybe on like Shark Tank. Yeah, I wish. That means I've got a lot of money. But yeah, he's known as the dog, not only as the dog whisperer, but the trading whisperer as well. Definitely, not that I see myself as one of the best, but I mean, obviously, you have this many dogs where I can walk 8. It's just, I'm telling you, treat them like they're kids. Treat them like they're humans. Talk to them like they're humans. You know, the more you talk to them and relate to them and understand the child that at need to, they're all going to be a little bit differently in what you're dealing with overall. But all treat them the same. You know, I don't treat any of them any differently. They're all the same. They're all one. We're all the same. Now, yes, we're all different, but we're all equal, team. There's not one of us that are better than the other. There's just not. That's not a thing. We are all, to me, equally valuable, which is priceless. What are we looking at to do with Kirk right here? Shares are cheap. I think I've shorted this in the past. So we got the trend line crack. Well, you know, let's see. How much are they? How much are they? I'll share. How much? You know what? Maybe I'll get a trade in with you guys if they're just that cheap. I've shut down everything with Thinkorswim for the day. 420 would be the area I look for a short in, right? For this trend line, and that's what I'd be looking for overall. 420 and that shelf crack underneath the VWAP right there. Free. Okay, sweet. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, these are, wow. These are like just pretty much they're giving these away, aren't they? Okay, cool. All right, so they are just giving these away. So yeah, if you want to look to maybe get a short in, we could definitely do Captain Kirk. I'm down with some Captain Kirk NATO. Let's see. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, you can see why I'm saying 420 right there. 420. Okay, cool. How did Tesla end up for you guys, by the way, too? How did Tesla turn out for you guys? Anyone go short with Tesla? Is that still going down? Mafia 1? Oh, it is. It's still rocking and rolling from that shelf crack. Team, it's just as simple as putting your lines in and trading. That 275.50ish, I think is what I was calling it. Shelf crack. Now up, what, $2+ from there? Nice, 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 nice. Oh, Commerciante, you'll get there, baby boy. Oh, Commerciante, just keep pushing. I want you to get there. Oh, no! Oh, well. Hope you guys got in there. I literally, of course, I pull away from it. And there it goes. So here we go. You get in there, love chip. Here we go, Kirkinator. I have this in my Thanos crossover. I went over to Tesla for half a second because I just thought I forgot about that. 415 is going to be the next area, team. So, oh, this has a lot of room to move down. I think I'm still good to get in this bad boy. So 415. Here's what I'm going to get in, team. When this cracks 410 and the VWAP at the same time, I want to see this back down to... This has some movement, team. This could really get down. This could get down and dirty. I know. I'm telling you. Moving that down. I'm trying to think. Oh, with the upper shadows. I would say this probably does have room overall, in my opinion. Kirk, as we're rocking and rolling right here, team. Hopefully you guys got in on the shorts. Pretty easy short to call out right there. Hopefully you got the trend line crack, 420 crack. We're rocking on down in the 9, or I should say in the Thanos crossover right now. We just got bearish into that Thanos crossover under the 9. Finally crossed over. So somewhere in here would have been okay, even just to trust the Thanos crossover for the short. We have room down, in my opinion, probably only to 390. So 390 is your goal here. 390 is the goal. And then BC Man, 390 is your goal. Relax, relax. If you want to lock up some at 410, you can. Anywhere between the VWAP and 410's lockup zone, in my opinion, would be lockup zone number 1, in my opinion. Lockup zone and kind of finish off this trade around anything below 4 at 390-ish. Here comes another one, team, if you have shorts. RVPH would be another one if you have shorts there. I'm telling you, watch for this shelf crack back under the VWAP right here at 255. Gorgeous shelf crack could be possible. 255 shelf crack under the VWAP. This is, I'm telling you, you're going to see 240 easily, and you're going to probably see 225 this year, or 220 even. Only one still popping, in my opinion, is going to be NERV. So NERV is the main. You can tell right there, the main one popping in. Oh! Boom! Look at this, just dumping away, team. I told you. Under that 640 mark, it's just about seeing areas of charts, finding where that bottom area is to hold, and when it doesn't hold, you get some dumping. You know, you get some nice dump NATO. Apron, nice little dump back. Wow, just all the way back below in red for the day now is Apron. Nerve, new high of day. Rocking and rolling, team. Rocking and rolling. Nerve, most likely, team. What was that next resistance area? 12? That was 1280. Is it 1280? I forgot to put in from yesterday, and I'm scrolling back on the daily, not scrolling back on the intraday, you idiot. Boom. Yeah, right there. Right here, around that 1280 mark. That's what I thought it was, 1280. So that's why you always go back and do it ahead of time so you remember. Like, that's why I remember these areas. Memory decent, yes, for sure. But you go back and see ahead of time so you know where you can pop to. So if you do squeeze, you're not going, oh, where again? You remember. Yeah, I do it just to make sure for you guys. I don't want to second guess and make sure I tell you something wrong. I've gone over like 30 tickers. But if this is the main ticker you're looking at, you go, cool. I've already looked back. I know it's 1280. Let's look. Let's go. You know, let's go. Love Chip, did you get in there too, hopefully? Nice. And it's going to be a little slower play. You know, volume's dying out on it, but I just didn't know who all got in there on Kirkinator. Good job if you did there. So Nerve, top stock to watch overall. Boom, right in there. Yeah, look, I just kind of look back over and boom, right into a 12-8 fail. Kirk, come on, Captain Kirk. Land that ship, the Starship Enterprise, down around that 392-ish area for OBC, man. Anyone interested? 290, at least 395. Come on. Love Chip. Good job, boss. The win's a win. That's what we need to worry about. Getting consistent, right? Finding your area and sticking to it. Boom. There we go. Down to the VWAP hope. There you go, BC, man. Anyone else that's still in, there's scale out zone number 1, right? Wait. Patience. Wait. Patience. Boom. Scale out zone number 1. Hit. Target 1. Hit. Good job, Love Chip, though. So I tell any trader, you know, that builds consistency. You know, building that confidence in your head is huge. You know, doing the same trades over and over and over and over again help out, too. Finding those setups and just attacking them. That's why I've just been nonstop attacking trendline and shelf cracks, nonstop adding the Thanos crossover to it because they've just been so profitable. Why go against the grain and try to trade and do something different when I know this has an 80+% win rate? That makes no damn sense at all. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nice, good movement here during lunch hours. I love it. I hear you, bub. I know. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life for you, boo. Captain Kirk, if you are interested, again, bottom area. And if you want to get more of a short in, it's got a little bit more room to run. It's had a nice, healthy pullback. I just think volume's going to slowly die off, and you're not going to see too much more of a pullback from here. So, again, that's why I was saying scale out here at the VWAP. If you want to go for one more round into 395, that would be a good area to get down to, and that would be about it, in my opinion. Nerve's going to be your overall moving stock to take advantage of. If you want to look for a short or a long, you're kind of a bigger mover play. If you're interested right now, the short, in my opinion, I would be careful and just wait for this 1180 shelf to crack back through the VWAP. That's where you're going to get a nice short. Right now, still bullish. Don't short unless you want to go short-lived kind of into the top short, which, again, you're going to have to get, say, a limit order filled up top. Boom, as soon as it comes down, you're scaling out. I know. You are just a little talking machine. Can't get comfy on my lap. I feel you. Woo! Captain Kirk may be coming down some more here in a minute, team. BC man, hopefully you're looking to take advantage of that, boss, and scaling out. Just making sure that if there's anything else you want me to look at, team, any more tickers, comments, questions, anything you have, let me know right now. Help you out any way I can, 100%. Just like we got Love Chip, Mafia, anything you need, let me know, team. Are you trying to talk? Are you wanting to go live for me? Is that what you're trying to do? Awesome. Love to hear that, BC. And yeah, BC, I'm telling you, man, it looks like it's about to dump some more, and you're going to get another good. You're going to get one last little round in. Scale out as this gets down to 4 and below 4. Take your quick little, it's happened as fast as it's happened. Take that 30, 40 cent, 20 cent, 25, however, how much it ends up becoming. Take that. It's a great win. Great win on a slower kind of Tuesday, I should say. Slower Tuesday at lunch. This short was just money, team. APRN, wow, what a dump right here from the shelf. It was a little bit higher of a shelf. The shelf was really more so right there at about that 650-ish area, almost on the dot. I mean, look at the dump NATO from the 650 shelf crack. T-Farm thought that was yeah, right, yeah. I'm like, yeah, then that's another thing. Then people are going to think I got gas, like, no, she's down here. She can't stop moving. Of course, I'm having her sit on my lap for right now. Spoiling her to death. She's my baby girl. She's my Great Dane. Avery got hers. I'm trying to get her to love me and spoil her to death. She can be with me all the time. But I got all my other babies. They're all passed out. I mean, all the other ones are just truly gone. They're like snoring away. No. There you go. A little bit more talking to her. She's a talker. Queenie's a talker too, my lab, so they're just going to be talking mates. Nerve, here we go, team. Quick, I'm telling you, this very shadowy play, why I always teach you guys, or try to teach you guys, candlestick confirmation, knowing that we have to close and open above these areas. Do not try to get on these fake out breakouts, right? You're going to get on an upper shadow and a wick. Oh, we're breaking out. I'm in at 1292, 1288, whatever. Boom, right back down in the 12.5s. Yeah, T-Farm, we, show the puppet trend line. Yeah, show the puppet trend line, right? Yeah. She's seen a trend line or two. Well, not yet fully. Not fully yet. This does have a pretty nice trend line, though. We'll see if it holds that uptrend channel right here. Go back here and mark some of these lines in for us, team. That's why I've left this one orange too. If you're wondering, I haven't marked it as support yet because we haven't, in my opinion, fully held it that long. And at any moment, it looks like it could crack. So I'm going to leave that as orange, knowing that, hey, if we crack back below it, it's going to be a good resistance area. Kirk, here we go, BC man. Anyone else that's in short? Getting down to $4 here. Another little small scale out zone, maybe just to take another 10th or an 8th or whatever, do some math there and break it on down. Got the wife and her texting me. Woo! Apron. I just love when I see stocks. It's kind of like seeing a breakout, in my opinion. You see a breakout, you got to run to it. You want to, like earlier with us, James trading it. James and Alex Vaughn, killing HPCO, the HIPCO company. You're getting the same thing here with this. Look at this dumping down, team, from the 5 or 650 shelf crack. Apron is just someone. They yanked off his apron. He ain't cooking no more. He's no longer a chef. And Captain Kirk. I should have taken this trade with you guys. It's all good. I'm glad I alerted it down to this area. I'm just kind of out of trade mode today. I've got a dog on my lap. I'm just not really in the biggest of trade modes. Scale out, BC man. You are now done with this trade. You are living the golden life, my friend. And I hope you hopefully start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel even more so, because it's getting bigger now with these trend line and shelf cracks. Getting at the right time, waiting for these plays to get exhausted, you get good movement, especially if you start using that Thanos crossover and get into the 9, get to that bear side on the MACD, you get a money freaking trade. Just dump. We know you dump. We know you dump. Take a dump. Dump. So that's kind of, I'm telling you, I just need to be like Weird Al. There's that Weird Al movie. Alex Vaughn showed it to me too, which is awesome. The Weird Al movie coming out later this year. I actually watched it, then there's like, anyway. But I'm telling you, I could be like the Weird Al for stocks. Oh my God, you were a talking machine. I hear you, boo-boo. Does the time of day play a factor here? With these, yes. So you get these, like, these type plays. Kirks. Your Nerves of the world. The RVPHs of the world. These short, squeezy, trap type plays. Short later in the day. It's short-lived shorts until these M-Gams of the world. OLBs that just came out with news and it's weak sauce. Look where OLB is at today. If I would have held on to this damn short now that I look at it. Look where this damn ticker is today. And I know it was a Trader 1. You're like, look where it's at now, Trader 1. Like, holy applesauce. Holy Johnny Appleseed. Wasn't that his name, Johnny Appleseed? Is that the guy that wore the pans on his head? Who was the guy that wore the pans on his head? Wasn't that Johnny Appleseed? Or was that even a guy? Am I making it up? I swear they taught us about that back in the day. But yes, Ascension definitely on those short squeezy plays, 100%. You're going to wait later in the day for these plays with weak-ass little weak sauce news. Go on and just jump right in on the short. I am boss. A couple of weeks of work break with trading was what I needed. But awesome, baby boy. BC, you know how much I love hearing that. I hope you know I do. And look at that, the short coming on in on Captain Kirk over here. Love chip, eating those chocolate chip cookies, just washing on down with a big old glass of whole milk or vitamin D, whichever, maybe get some 2% in there. Be like me, I go 0%. I got to watch the sugar there. I'm getting a little older. Although every once in a while, I don't mind getting that thick milk to wash down my cookies. I love that. It tastes good. And while we lock up, we found our bottom area, right? We got to it. Let's lock up. I love you guys. Yeah, Sean, it seems like it. Honestly, when you think about it, Sean, those because you get the spikes up, anything from pre-market that was spiking up, you're either getting the dump off or it continues to climb, and then you get the dumps off after it climbs, right? So you get it's literally the two times you get a lot of the good shorts for sure. So you get, it's moved up in pre-market. It's a weak sauce play, MGAM, short it, right? We can short right here. If it's it's a squeezy type play and it continues to move, well, we let it move, right? And then boom, here, well, of course, this wasn't a short till now, but then that's when you get round 2 of a short. Look at Kirk so far, too. All the way down, look at that. Where did you scale out? Did you guys get out in hopefully the low 390s, maybe even the 380s? Look at that scale out zone. Perfect, right? Love it, love it, love it. Almond milk, come on now. I can't do almond milk, man. I can't do no almond milk. I can't do no almond milk, man. I've tried that because I can drink. Now, I can't drink, the people that drink milk for dinner, but I can drink milk any time of the day. I love milk. I love some milk. But that's, I think, why I love milk so much. When I finally tried almond milk, I was like, who spoiled that? Good Lord. Get those nuts out of my milk. Good Lord. I don't want no nutty milk. I want milk. Coming back in the day when they did, maybe y'all remember this back in the day, if you grew up like me in the 90s, they had the banana milk, the strawberry milk, of course chocolate milk. Remember how Nestle made all those little small guys? You could get like banana milk, you could get the strawberry milk. Hell, they probably made a great milk at one point in time. I also used to use almond cashew milk. It was so good. Yeah, I've not been into the nut milk. I can't do nut milk. I know. Well, yeah, love chip. Yeah, I'm just simplicity over here, man. I'll be eating. I'm eating and you eating and drinking right. I'm eating and drinking, but just whatever. I just keep this body looking like this. If I can look like this, like I have in the mid 20s, and just keep that through the 40s, I've kind of maintained. I'm the maintained kind of body. I just go maintain the maintainmentship. I do remember the green and purple ketchup. Sean Worrell couldn't get into that either. Could not do green or purple, even though it tasted pretty much like it. Although to me it didn't at all. I was like, what am I eating here? But I do remember that. Yeah, that's crazy. You guys like that. I just cannot do nut milk. I think because I love milk too much. I don't like the nuts in there. I love nuts though. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, me and my wife have both tried it, and we just could. She loves coconut. I kind of like coconut water. But yeah, I can't do the nut in the milk. I don't know why. I just have not. I just can't. Me, because I love it. Olives, almond milk, licorice. Now, almond milk's not as bad as licorice or olives, in my opinion. Cigarettes. The point being, taste that this mouth and these taste buds just cannot stand. I know, Love Chip. I know you got to be disciplined. Not this boy. I'm disciplined and showing y'all how to cook all the good food. Oh, let's see. How to gain 5 pounds in 5 days. Let me show you. All right, day 1. I'd rather eat cigs. Ugh, eat cigs. I have eaten a cig before, and I did that back in the day forever ago. My mom, my parents smoke. I never smoked. I blame you. That's why. Oh, look at BC Man, guys. I hope you love that short. I hope you have loved this short. That was just money. Yeah, but I woke up one morning. I just remember this kid too, because I kind of barely remember it. But she caught me. Some of them were out of the ashtray. But I woke up to the bedside table, and they left their cigarettes in the ashtray to the right. Not like, honestly, like great parents. Like I always give them a hard time for. Like, what great parents you were, leaving your cigarettes for your kid just to grab his hand. What are you doing? No wonder I can't stand cigs. I was munching on them at 2 years old. But I don't know. I was like at 4. I think I was like 4 though. And yeah, I had a mouthful of cigarettes. Rack of ribs every day. Oh man, that'd be great. You know, you guys that work out, you guys can eat freaking beef and meat or whatever meat like it's going out of style. You have to though, honestly. If I ever to gain weight for some odd reason, I'd do it with potato skins are good. I love me some potato skins. Some loaded potato skins are good. I love me some tater skins. Tesla team. Let's go back to Tesla real quick. Any more movement? Nothing? Nope, nothing really. I'd say the next area to look for Tesla, right? We're working on the new channel. So the new channel is what? Old support equals new resistance, although it's a tad below. That's fine. We'll just call it 275 for now. Your bottom support, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be that 270. We called it earlier, around that 2. Well, I thought it'd get a little bit lower than that, around that 271, what was 272 area. But they bounced pretty much off of it. That, to me, is your bottom area. If you want to go for a breakout, close and open candles, watch for this to pop back up to 276. I just don't think we're going to get a lot of movement here the next, and it seems like that right now. We kind of all of a sudden get back into this lull until for the next, say, 30, 45 minutes or an hour, and then we generally seem to see that power hour movement. It's been a little bit more powerful overall in the trends I've noticed this year. You know, we lull off first part of the day. Lunch could see some madness, then we lull off again. Very end of the day, we'll see some madness essentially. Let's see here. Sean used to smoke my neighbor's ashtrays when I was wow. In a better place now. Yeah, that's kind of gross. But I did that as a kid, where you'd pick up like and I did for a minute. I thought, and that was another thing too. It was like 12. I did it for probably 6 months. I was like 12 years old. I remember one time I got caught. And here, team, I stopped after this. Let me tell you this crazy story. I really have no idea still to this day what happened. So, thought I was cool, right? You hit that, and I was the same age as you, about 11, 12-year-old. My parents smoked, so I would steal their cigarettes. I'd still, every once in a while, steal one or two out, go to my friend's house down the street, and so we'd smoke cigarettes like we were cool at 12, 13 years old, team. At this time, I was going to a private school, a Catholic school. Did the same thing. We'd go in not at recess, but because every once in a while I'd stay after school, like with a lot of the kids, until my dad would come pick me up, because I like to hang out with my friends still. I was like, let me hang out, I want to play basketball, because we'd say hang out in the gym or whatever. Well, when I was in my little 6 months smoking stage of cigarettes, we would sneak out. And this one smart time, we went, instead of like finding her like somewhere outside, maybe I guess because it was raining or something, we went to one of the bathrooms. Yeah, that was smart. Now, luckily the smoke alarm didn't go off, but smaller little smaller private school, they smelt that bathroom. It didn't take very long. Well, someone then ratted on us, and I couldn't get back to my backpack before they said, okay, go, they're going to confiscate our backpacks. And I was like, no, and I saw my backpack over there, and I was like, effing A, I'm gonna die. My parents, because you have those cigarettes in there all day. I had like 2 or 3 in there. Well, one of them had broken apart. Tobacco's everywhere. Then I'm pretty sure there was one left in. I can't remember. There was tobacco. Regardless, there was one that it was Tobacco Gut City. I was like, I'm about in the place, and this gonna smell like it. They went to open all of them. We were all cleared. I went back to my backpack, and there was nothing in my backpack. Somehow at that Catholic school, my guardian angel, sure enough, came on down and was like, get these guts out. Gotta get these out. Roll me a cigarette here. I'm gonna take this little outside, and we got ourselves a little Lucy rolled by a ghost. It was so funny, though. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, right, Miss Boston, of course. Oh, I hated that person. They told, that we found out who told on us, and I was like, oh, man. We thought you were cool. You gonna lie on us now? Yeah, I think we all did. About 11, 12 years old, we thought we were cool smoking cigarettes. But I'll never get that. Man, that was freaking me out as 11, 12-year-old. I was in there. I mean, I'm not kidding you, team. I'm, looking all around. I'm like, where did everything go? What? I was like, huh? I'm not gonna kill. I was like, my dad's he's gonna break another paddle over my butt. He gonna break another paddle over my boo, honey. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh, I'm gonna get another wooden paddle over my butt. Fias, does Nerve look like a bit of a bull flag or a shelf? Let's go back to Nerve. Nerve real quickly. Oh, bull flag, 100%. It does have a shelf, but shelves get built in bull flags sometimes. We'll see that, right? So same right here. Bull flag, shelf, squeeze. Bull flag, shelf. Well, we're waiting on it. Now that we've held long enough, we're going to call this support 100%. What I will do, because I don't want to have 100 blue lines over here, I'll keep that blue. I'm going to get this bottom blue line out of there, so there's not a lot of blue. Ooh. And as soon as I mark it blue as support, watch it short for a crack. Watch it crack, I should say, for a short. Yeah, right, Miss Boss Snitches gets so pissed. Well, luckily didn't get nothing happened. You know, I seriously was like, wow. Damn hero was starting a bad drinking and smoking out. I wasn't drinking yet, Nancy Wood, but I was trying to smoke cigarettes like a cool guy. You know, but I kind of did that. I did that in high school. I didn't start drinking until high school, but you know, then you did, and of course it was the screwdrivers. You know, you go to a party and everyone's just drinking like a big old orange juice bottle and they put vodka in it. And I was always like, how did how'd they get it? And they always had that cooler person to get it for them. They always knew. So I never knew anybody until I got at least for surely into high school. I tried. My dad, though, it was one of the things to my parents, because that's when cell phones got big. I'd always get a cell phone given to me from one of my parents. And then, unfortunately, my dad would call like every 30 minutes. And then, unfortunately, who my dad was in Central Arkansas was pretty well known. He knows, point being, he probably had the police where I was at in 2 seconds. So I wasn't about to bust the party up. I'm like, I know exactly where you're at, boy. Not that he was like that, but he just wanted to call in. He'd hear, I'd be a city or two away. He'd hear a siren go by the house and be like, he'd be calling me. I just heard a siren go by the house, so just make sure you're okay. Dad, I'm with Mitchell and Little Rock. That's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. I don't know how you could have heard that siren, even if I wasn't a wreck. Yeah, come on. So I had a lot of that going on. It was a lot of smothering from the dad. Mom was like, hey, not go party, but mom was cool. Dad was the smother, a dother. I had instead of a smother, I had a dother. Dad was smothering me. I think a lot of it because he did do, like a lot of us, he partied early on, didn't want that to happen to his son. His one and only, he's got two sons. First son was a little bit more of a troublemaker, my brother. That was another reason why. I had the troublemaker ahead of me to kind of set the example and the precedent of what not to do. And hey, here's what happens if you do mess up. Like, yeah, I'm just going to shoot the straight and narrow, and I'll go mess up when I get into college. By then, I've graduated, I'm in college now. Let's mess up in college. Alex, oh man, missed that guy too. Oh man, miss him. Da, 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 da. I always think of America's Funniest Home Videos every time I see Mr. Saget. Oh, of course, you can't go wrong with Full House. Yeah, I'm telling you, Nerve, you got to be careful. It is a very up and down, rangy, wicky little mover there, Fayez. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I've noticed that earlier when it got into this. Start of the day, and I said that. Start of the day, Nerve wasn't that bad. Most times I'm not a fan of these squeezier plays because they do get a little choppy. It wasn't too bad, and now it's getting a little wicky, a little choppy. So be a little more careful with in NERV. My parents let me and my brothers run wild, very hands-off. It's been a crazy ride, but I got college degree and trade with you, Goon. There you go, exactly. Oh, it all works out. I don't think there's one correct way, Sean. There's not. I mean, just like training your dogs to stock trading, there's not one correct way. I hate people that think there's one set way. Everyone's different. Every dog's different. Every day's different. Every minute you live is different. Sean, I don't inhale. Look at the short, though, team. I want to show this off. And again, BC, man, anyone that's interested, don't jump back in and risk love chip anyone else. Just know you were right, and you got in on one hell of a nice short right there, team. That was a nice short right there. Nice little dump NATO. Da, 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 da. There we go, D. Starley. Good job. Yeah, my little, I wouldn't say see those movies where it was hands-on, but yeah, Dad, it was so funny. I'd still, I got to, that was the one good thing, being the only child. You didn't, that was by itself, though I didn't have all siblings with. My brother was already far gone, but it was kind of the precedent set in from him. So, it was kind of a mixed bag where I got to go out, and then again, I got to take my parents' cars, and like, Dad, let me take the convertible out. Dad always had the cool car, so I'd always want to take Dad's car out, and he always let me take his car, you know, the convertible, and I thought it looked pretty cool. It was funny. He started off with a Sebring convertible team. Oh, we go back and look at those Sebring convertibles. I thought I was the pimp sniz, and I'd be in that gold Sebring convertible with the top down. He moved on to some cooler cars, but he thought that Sebring was just like, I'm like, yeah, and I did too, though. I was in a convertible. But this is so cool. Well, yeah, I don't think there's one correct way, team. There's just not. And then if you think about that too, because we have this in stock trading. I have this with newer traders. You have a setup, a style, a strategy, whatever you want to call it. You like it. And my point being, just say this for instance. You want to go for a bounce play on KIRK, the radio station that I love to work at. But KRK, I see this and it looks like a good bounce play. Or even just here, let's say at $3.90 or $3.95, $4 right here. You know, you're wanting to go in for a bounce play as it cracks the trend line, but then someone says like, I come in and say, I would be careful at that $3.90 mark. I'd go a little bit lower and maybe do around $4 mark and go closer around the $3.90 mark. Of course, I have $3 in my head because that's where I would want to get a bounce play. But someone's saying closer to this $4 mark. You can see like earlier right here. You can see this old resistance equals new support. And I love that 398-ish area. But then I come in and say something different. And now all of a sudden you start questioning not only your own, that trade itself, but then what you've been doing overall as a trader and go, well, am I even doing this right? It's going to happen so much. So there's no one correct way, team. Sometimes, again, I don't know how often there for a while. I'm not in this chat anymore. Me and Deck would be trading the same ticker, and we're going against each other. He's wanting to go long, and I'm wanting to go short. Now, I'd say it didn't happen too often, but it happened every once in a while. So no, understand that. Trade your ticker, trade your setup, trade your style. Worry about you. Don't worry about other traders. Ask other traders if you need help. But if you're into a trade and you're confident about it, take the trade. You know, learn from it maybe afterward if it doesn't work out. 100%. But if you're in a trade, you better take the trade. You know, you're not in this just to sit around and maybe learn, maybe not learn. You need to put full-fledged into this team. This isn't going to flip burgers at McDonald's. This isn't going to wait tables at, Fogo de Chão. This isn't any of that. This is where the professionals of the professionals make millions. You essentially just, Matt, you are in the NBA now. You are in the NFL. You are in the MLB. You are in the MLS, whatever league, NHL, whatever league you want to, PGA, LIV, any tournament, any professional league, you're it. You're now in. You're in with the professionals. You got the one-way free pass. You got the golden ticket to get in from, oh gosh, Willy Wonka. He gave you the golden ticket, right? Now take advantage of it. You got the golden ticket. You want to do this. Put that time and effort in and you'll get there. It's just going to take a while. Like I love Dex saying this all the time, doesn't anymore. You think if you pick up the bat, you've never played basketball in your life, or even me right now, I haven't played in however long, and I'm the age I am right now. You think in my expectation, even if I did somehow play in college and I was a All-American at the University of Arkansas, I took our team to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8 or even the Final Four, but I haven't played in, say, 8-9 years, as much as I think I could expect myself to pick up that basketball and be able to go back out there and ball, shit, good luck. It ain't happening. As we see any player, what happens after they're done. That's why they're not playing anymore. They're not that as good as they used to be. And so you've got to imagine, of course I know that's, but they're probably not putting the effort in. The ones that are staying good, put the effort in. I mean, look at Tom Brady. As much as that robotic alien is continuing to go on, I know he puts that time. He wants to be the first one there, the last one there. He's putting that time and effort in. Jordan, Elway's, the best of the best. You're going to be the first one there and the last one to leave. If you put that effort in, and have realistic goals and maintain them slowly but surely. Not like I've got to make $1,000 a week right off the bat like you just started trading, or you're not even successful yet or even consistent yet and making money, and you have these goals of, say, $1,000 a week or or whatever every 2 weeks or every day. You have these goals. I tell every trader, there's no reason to have any goal whatsoever at all at first besides being consistent and being a 65 to 70% trader and being green. There are no other goals besides that. You can then come in afterward after you do that. Then you can start having in weekly, bi-weekly, whatever goals for money making and all that other. Oh, I'm going to make $100,000 this year, $10,000 this month. If you can't be consistent, you're not a 55, 60% minimum, if not 65 to 70% maximum trader, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, and done that for, say, 6, 7, 8 months, there is no need to have a weekly goal, monthly goal at all. You need your goal, be consistent. Be green. I think we're about done. Anything else? Earlier on, me and my buddy used to, let's see here. Oh, I forgot about Amish. Where is Amish at? Is that his new name? It's now Amish Electric Trader? Because remember, it's Sean Whirl, that's your boy, right? Amish? Is that his new name, Amish Electric Chair? That's hilarious, though. Nice strategy. Good thought process. I honestly was just going to follow Deck. That was kind of my main ones. I remember that was one of the, like, my aha moments because he was killing it there for a while. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to follow Deck. Day in, day out, I'm just going to follow Deck. Yeah, that didn't work out. Kirk team, watch for the 380 shelf crack down to 360. 380 shelf crack down to 360. I got you the name of his recording studio. Oh, awesome, man. Is he really Amish too? For sure. I know. I probably asked him that before, and I would imagine if he has that in his name, he is. But I just was guessing and asking Sean Whirl, because Sean, you're PA, right? So is he PA? I'm guessing, and that's why, because there's a lot of Amish and Mennonites up in that region. All right, team, winding down for the day. I'm about to call it. I'm about to be DONE. Any last questions, comments, concerns, hit me up right now. There's my website. If you want to come over and trade with me live, you want to vent, you want me to vent to you, you want to go over stuff, you want to ask me questions, anything you want to go over, track trades, go over trades, come over to Prime Trading Investments. That is my website where I've been doing these sessions for about a year and a half now. No more this week. Again, tomorrow I will be out. No AK47 alerts in the morning. I will be, if anything, practicing options the next 2 mornings, but I will most likely Thursday morning try to get some morning trades in on the share side at the opening bell if I see something I can't resist. Tomorrow morning you won't see me probably at all until lunch hour commentary for the most part. And again, there's my Instagram and my YouTube if you do want to come over and get any of my lessons. MGAM, yeah, I'd say I would imagine MGAM fails again. This rocking back up here a little bit reminds me of, God, what was the one that just did this recently and then failed right back off? Oh, I forgot what ticker it was. That was an OLB. Oh, it was one like OLB and B-Way. Forgot what it was. I would imagine if this gets anywhere close to 415 to 430-ish area, you're going to love your life with the shorts you get. It may not even get there. It may only get to like 410-ish area or so here. Nice little U-shape overall. W, if you want to consider this little niche right here in the middle. So nice little W working its way. The reason I'm not is because it's got this also one over here. So overall, just to me, a nice good U-shape pattern working its way back up to 4 here, possibly 410. If you do get to 415, 420, look for shorts. But yeah, well, there was another one of these stocks recently that I shorted that came back up. Oh, forgot which one it was. Oh, MobQ was one of them. MobQ was one of them a few weeks ago. If you remember this MobQ, there was this one that I shorted with you guys. Remember this one that I shorted with on a Friday? It was a great short. Came flying on down. Showed you guys earlier, then came flying back up, and then fell right back off and actually hit new low of day later in the day. So watch for that same thing for MGAM. Not that it may hit new low of day, but I'd watch for the same kind of setup right there. Nerve would be my top stock to watch moving forward. As you can tell, still in this beautiful channel right here. Get rid of this trend line if I can. Thank you. Thinker Swimmer Trade Ideas. So MGAM, Nerve, top 2 stocks to watch. D. Sarley, I appreciate it, boss. BBG, hopefully it was a good day for you. Awesome. It was decent for me. Could have been better. I'm not really worried about it this week. I've only, I got more worries on my mind this week. I'll get some trades in. My main worry was doing those sessions with you the last 2 days, and now I'm kind of off from the races into the weekend already. Wanting to hang out with my wife, best friend, kids, dog, puppy. Hopefully some year I get my 392 in, new furniture. She has no idea, so today when she gets home, she's just going to be like, oh my God. But getting in options though as well. So getting in some options in on Thursday is going to be another main goal for me this week. Not really too worried about trading. Trading will come, trading will go, trading will be there. BBBY, let's see here, 1430. What do we got here, boss? Let's see here, the recorded call out. What was that, BBBY? 1430. What was that? I can't remember, J-Chan. What was 1430? Tell me now, so tell me now. Hey. Sean Whirl, have a good one, boss. I haven't done my bangarang yet. I got to hear all you guys bangarang. Don't be leaving me yet, BBG and Sean Whirl. See, Adrian, I think I was able to swing this trade, but wasn't able to sell my shares when it hit 1551 in the middle of the night. Do you know why? What's let's see here. What do you mean in the middle of the night? In the middle of the night, I go walking in my... Back to Bill. We already on it, duh. When did it hit it, boss? This morning it didn't sell. I mean, if the market's open, it should have sold. It'll be why I was able to swing this trade, but wasn't able to sell my shares when it was hit 1551. And I guess you had an order in to sell, Adrian, for music. You had an order to sell there, like a limit order. Oh, my call. Remember yesterday? You're talking about me, the 14. You're talking about yesterday. Remember is that what I was talking about? The 1430 area. I need to go back and do that one yesterday, Jay Chan, and I need to do my Siga trade from Friday. If you remember Friday, I don't know if you guys came over and traded. I know Vegeta did. Young Commerciante luckily called it out. And boy, here comes MGAM actually. And I'm telling you, if you want to get a short, this is in shorter's paradise right now on this crazy overextended move. But yes, I need to get those recorded, trimmed down. I shouldn't say recorded, but I need to get those trimmed down and edited up, boss. Yeah, Adrian Music, I don't know why they didn't sell, man. That's really weird. If you Mafia 1, you got it, Bird Dog 2. If you had a limit order to sell, I would get with Thinkorswim and say, why didn't that trigger? Now, sometimes there is a little bit of a spread, obviously, in pre-market. And so sometimes when that spreads up in that area, you know, or your stock's in that area at that 50 mark that you wanted, and there's a little bit of a spread there, sometimes those orders will get skipped out, especially in pre-market or after hours. Why I kind of got away from trading. Now, usually they should get filled regardless, but I have seen some orders and traders say, why that get clipped out and not actually get touched, right? And so you'll get clipped in that area, and sometimes that happens, whether you get clipped in that area and maybe it was a brief touch of it and just doesn't fully sell there. I don't know. I'm not the mad magician to that for sure. I would call Thinkorswim and say a-holes. I kind of wanted my 1551. You can see that I had to order in, especially if you have an order there that got canceled or didn't get filled. I would 100% bring that up to them. All right, done for the day. Time to have a little fun here. Myself, actually, I gotta clean a little bit more, team. I like cleaning like right before she gets home, so that way it just smells ultra clean, ultra amazing, ultra beautiful for my ultra amazing life. You'll know what I think and say that. Geek Bomb, amazing guys. I love you. I know we really only got kind of one trade-ish in today during lunch hours. It was a Captain Kirk type short though. This was moneylicious. So if you did take it, awesome for you guys. Otherwise, tomorrow, team, when I do go live for lunch, we're going to practice some options. That's going to be the goal tomorrow. Unless we do get some movement like this, I'll definitely, since I'm not going to trade in the morning like I did last week, I forgot what day that was I came in. I didn't trade for the day, but I traded during lunch hours with you. I remember the stock. It was FTCH because I think it was another one where you guys were shorting left and right and just couldn't really finally get in on a good short. And then, boom, we got a good short on it last week. What day was it? Was it Thursday possibly last week? I want to say we got that short. I can't remember what day we got a short on. Same for tomorrow. So possibly look to get a trade in tomorrow since I'm not going to be trading in the morning. But 100% we'll be looking to get some options fun in tomorrow with you guys. Otherwise, I'd be looking at any RV for the rest of the day. MGAM, I'm telling you, the great fail areas. We just ran into it and we're failing back down. I would imagine I would see this back down in the 390, if not the VWAP area, which is 390 essentially, here in the next, say, 10, 15 minutes. If we do hold, and I will say this, I would give it the 415-ish area. If this holds 415, maybe we do squeeze for more. I just see this failing off MGAM. Unless this starts a new trend. And that's why it could be one of those ones I talked about earlier. Saying, hey, this is going to start reverse things a little bit. Maybe this starts a new trend all of a sudden where these don't dump off nearly as hard anymore at the opening bell. And we start seeing a little bit of a dump. And then this movement. And this movement becomes even higher because we don't dump as far. Then eventually we don't dump at all. Move sideways. Squeeze middle of the day. Then we're going to get to the point that we just at the opening bell. Team, have a great rest of your day. Max, good to see you, handsome feller. Rich, you as well, handsome man. Have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening. See you all back. She knows as soon as I say, look at this, Queenie, every damn time. That is so weird. Have a good rest of your day and evening, team. See you all back here tomorrow morning-ish for lunch commentary. Have a good morning, too. Wait for your setups. Be patient. Have discipline. Think AK's on your shoulder going, hey, not yet. No, not yet. Let's wait for that shelf to crack. Let's wait for that trend. Let's wait to open close candles outside this area, above that area. Be patient. Your plays will come. There's hours on end, minutes on end on the day, team. You don't have to force in the first 30, 45 minutes, hour of the day. Love you all. See you all back here tomorrow morning. Adrian Music, Miss Boss, Tree Top, Josh, Rich Green, Max is new, Renard, Geek Bomb, Bird Dog, Mafia 1, James, J Chan. I can keep going on. Geek Bomb, Bird Dog. I think I already said I'm out. We're going to get repeats in here. Sean Whirl, Mob Hunter, Fayez, Alex Vaughn, New York City Wolf. Thank you all for coming over today, team. It is a love chip coming on over. BC, man, was a pleasure. I am-ish. Talking about that freaking nut milk you guys drink. You drink all that almond milk you want. T-Farm, you as well. D. Sarley, guys, love you so much. You are an amazing group of people and human beings, and I hope you all know that and understand it. Uncle Mark, Sniz, you as well. G Daddy, Fayez, Trader Abroad. Love you guys. See you all back here for some commentary tomorrow for lunch. Until then, time to play some more of these guys because, man, I can't wait to see these guys live next month. They put on a good show. Still sound pretty good. Not as good as they used to, but certainly a pretty darn good band. Let's get to one of my favorite songs that they've done to get you going right out of the gate here. I love this song. One of the better songs. Well, they're all really good on Californication. This one will be called Around the World by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Lost boys and lost girls. Let's get it. Let's wake up this sweet little girl named Elle one more time. See you all back tomorrow, team. Have a good one. 3, 2, 1. Bang!
All around the world, we can make time. Rubbing and stopping cause I'm in my prime. Born in the north, this want to entertain ya. Cause I'm down for the state of Pennsylvania. I try not to whine, but I must warn ya. About the motherfucking girl from California. Alabama baby said, hallelujah.
Good God, girl, I wish I knew ya.
I've been around the world, back from Bombay. Fox so love pie in your face. Living in and out of a big fat suitcase. Bonafide ride, step beside my Johnson. Yes, I could, in the woods of Wisconsin. I wake up the cake, it's a lake, she's kissing me. As they do when they do in Sicily. I know for sure that life is beautiful around the world. I know. Where you wanna go, who you wanna be, or what you wanna do, just come with me.
I saw God and I saw the mountains. You and me, girl, sitting in the Swiss mountains. Me, oh, my, oh.
E-N-I-O, freer than a bird, cause we're rockin' Ohio. Around the world, I feel beautiful.
Take a wife, cause life is beautiful.